No surprise Americans report being stressed about their investment and retirement plans. Turn down the media roar. Dial up the planning. Put Annex Wealth Management on your side for investment and retirement guidance that includes tax and estate planning. Head to annexwealth.com. Click the Get Started button. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Scott Riley, owner of Mortgage Warehouse. If you're a homeowner or looking to buy a home in Southwest Florida, I want to say congratulations. We live in one of the most desirable areas to own a home. Chances are you've worked hard and you've made some smart decisions with your money. In today's market, it's more important than ever to have a true mortgage professional in your corner, not only to secure a great home loan, but also to provide certainty to all parties involved so that your offer is accepted when you find that perfect home. My team has closed over $1 billion in mortgage loan volume, and our mission is to provide hope and guidance to every client we partner with. I hope this message is the beginning of a relationship with you. We will guide you through the process that is consistently proven to give you an advantage when competing with multiple offers. To reach my office, call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender. MortgageWarehouse.com. That's MortgageWarehouse.com.
You can beat the summer rush by scheduling your $69 air conditioning tune-up now with Unique Services. An annual AC tune-up can save you money and help prevent costly breakdowns during the hottest months of the year. Schedules will fill up fast. Keep your family cool all summer long by calling Unique Services today for your $69 AC tune-up. Call 941-500-9819 to schedule your appointment. License number CMC 1250555, CFC 1429592, EC 13002942.
You need Unique.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
He has a big meeting, then a big trip. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The busy day for President Biden starts in a few hours, hosting the leaders of the two countries trying to join NATO.
The president will welcome the president of Finland and the prime minister of Sweden to the White House to coordinate on the path forward.
That's National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. All 30 NATO nations have to approve, adding the two countries taking action after Russia invaded Ukraine. The U.S. Embassy in Kyiv is back open 3 months after American diplomats left ahead of Russia's attack. And the first Russian is prosecuted for war crimes.
Ukrainians claim that Russians have committed thousands of war crimes since the invasion began. But in a Ukrainian courtroom, a 21-year-old Russian tank commander admitted that he shot a 62-year-old man on a bicycle in the head.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Lviv. Now, later today, President Biden will head to Asia, planning to visit Japan after going to South Korea, following a flurry of missile tests this year in North Korea, where leader Kim Jong-un has threatened to speed up nuclear weapons development amid a sanctions standoff with the U.S. The accused white gunman in the massacre of 10 mostly black shoppers at a supermarket is due in Buffalo, New York, to court today.
Broome County DA Mike Korchak says the accused gunman attended Susquehanna Valley High last year and made comments about murder and suicide. The student dismissed it as a joke as the school and the state looked into it. Since no danger was determined, no red flag law procedure was initiated. Korchak says he believes the Buffalo tragedy will spark reviews of these assessments.
That's Fox's Gernal Scott. Another day, another record at the gas pump. The price up 2 cents. Chevrolet's national average for regular now nearly $4.59 a gallon at $6.06 in California. On Wall Street, falling stock futures suggest more sellings in stores. Markets also drop overseas the day after the Dow's 1,164-point plunge. Its worst day since 2020. America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Taking a look at the roads in Collier County at this early hour. No major incidents that I'm watching, just a few slowdowns. 41 a little slow north and southbound as you head towards Collier Boulevard. Golden Gate Parkway also a little slow, mostly in the westbound direction towards 41. And Airport pulling a little slow moving as you go southbound towards Pine Ridge Road. Overall, though, 75 looking good at this hour. No major issues. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Low back and neck pain have become two of the most significant medical problems in the United States today. In fact, they are the most common complaints presented to physicians. Unfortunately, the knee-jerk reaction to back pain has been anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxants, injections, and then surgery. Fortunately, this is changing and changing fast. Many doctors now recommend non-surgical treatments, and the most successful has been spinal decompression therapy. At Johnston Spinal Care 596-BACK, I've made it my mission to get the word out about spinal decompression. Safer than medications, and it actually addresses the root of the problem. Sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, herniated discs, arthritis are all conditions that respond very well to spinal decompression, with long-term results. Even failed back surgery patients can find relief from spinal decompression. Isn't it time to get active again? Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, at 596-BACK for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-2225.
At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done.
For $999, we could see Miranda Lambert 3 times.
I told you I want new countertops.
For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed.
How about a hot air balloon trip? We could each take a friend for $9.99.
I told you I want new countertops.
Get a free sink, the fastest installation at 100% price guarantee in Naples and El Porchard, 4135 Tamiami Trail. At Rock Solid, $9.99 gets it done.
In a power outage, the first step is admitting you're powerless. Power outages are common in Florida, especially during a stormy summer. Any homeowner who's experienced a lengthy power outage knows the value of a whole home standby generator. Hi, I'm Nathan, one of the owners here at Generators by Design. We get it. We live here too, and we recognize a reliable source of power is a tremendous comfort and possibly even a lifesaver. Despite what Mother Nature may have in mind, be confident knowing you'll have working lights, appliances, and of course AC. We design and install fully automatic systems for your unique home and specific needs. Give us a call at 239-689-8786, and I will personally come out to meet you and provide a free evaluation and estimate. Or feel free to look us up on the web at generatorsbydesign.com. That's 239-689-8786 or generatorsbydesign.com. Again, that's generatorsbydesign.com. Generators by Design, where your power is our priority.
When it comes to cybersecurity, the biggest threats don't always strike the biggest targets. Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses, so help protect yours with Comcast Business Security Edge. It's advanced security that continuously scans for threats and helps protect every connected device. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company, so you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract required. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online today to learn more. Offer ends 6/22/22. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment installation, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge available for additional charge. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Are you concerned about the direction our country is headed? Tactical Civics is the only full-spectrum solution that is taking America back, one county at a time. If you would like to learn more about how you can help restore America and impact the lives of your kids, grandkids, and future generations, it is time to act now. Register to attend an upcoming Tactical Civics introductory meeting being held in Fort Myers. To register or learn more, go to tcoffl.com. That's tcoffl.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Like, I can't believe how insane things have become, how crazy the not only disinformation is out there, but we won't have to worry about a Disinformation Governance Board anymore because I guess the Ministry of Truth is now out. Well, it's on pause. So you know what that means. Always remember that when the federal government and the left in the government in this White House tell you that something's on pause or building back better or broke or however you want to put it, when they think or you think that it's gone away and, hey, we've defeated it. We've defeated evil. It's no longer there. Oh, no, you don't understand how they work. It just means there's a pause. Like, literally, they're going to keep doing what it is that you think you've gotten rid of. They're not going to stop. They never go away. That's why you have to be vigilant and you have to keep pushing back against them politically. But some of the things that people are saying right now are so over the top, so insane, so crazy. The audio that I'm going to play for you today from Capitol Hill and some of the things that you're going to hear today will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the left in this country is crazy. I mean, they're just, as my son would say, they're cuckoo. They're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Which, by the way, Cocoa Puffs one of the better of the cereals, isn't that right, Jake? It's one of Jake's favorite because it's the one cereal that you put in the milk there, and it makes the chocolate milk up there. So it's like it's two meals in one for you. It's not only It's not only the cereal, but it's also the beverage of choice in Jake's household, right? Is it chocolate milk or is it? No, it's not chocolate milk. What is it? What is the beverage of choice in your house, Jake?
Currently it's Mountain Dew Spark.
Okay. What's the spark? I thought Mountain Dew already had kind of a spark in and of itself. Doesn't Mountain Dew already? Wasn't the thing about Mountain Dew and people talked about if you were going to, let's say, be studying for a test late night and you're in college and you've got a cram and you don't know what to do, or you're just you don't know how you're going to stay awake. You have like you pound down 3 Mountain Dews or something. Isn't that the whole idea? Because it already has a spark. So what's the spark? Do I even want to know what the spark in a Mountain Dew is? Or
It's the flavor, Drew.
It's
called Mountain Dew Spark.
Oh, okay, so it's just a flavor. Of course, everybody knows that one of the most popular flavors is Spark.
Right now, it is.
Okay, but what is it? I don't know. It's there's cherry, there's apple, there's pineapple, there's blueberry, and then there's Spark. It's one of the.
I don't know what it is. It tastes good.
Yeah, it's one of the 5 major flavor groups. People don't really know that. All right, so you're going to hear some of the crazy today, and it's definitive. It is. Look, when an academic, we're told, when someone who is informed enough and wise enough is brought to Capitol Hill to tell legislators that men can have abortions, I'm out. That's it. And you should be too. But no. This is the new world that we live in. It's up is down, down is up, right is wrong. It's a spark is a flavor. I mean, this is where we are today. That's it. That's what she said. That's what?
Raspberry lemonade.
That's what Spark is.
Yeah, but it's Mountain Dew, but it's raspberry lemonade. So it's raspberry lemon.
Okay, so that's the flavor. So they put 2 flavors, and then they just decided that these 2 flavors together now have a name, and it's called Spark. Is that?
I mean, I don't work for the marketing team there, so
it sure sounds like you do because you enjoy it.
They actually have a purple one now too. That's only available at Circle K, top notch. And it's like a 9.2.
What is a top notch?
Like up there, like
no. I mean, I know what top notch means, but like what in your definition, a top notch soda or pop? I don't know who would say pop. That sounds always ridiculous to me.
Have you ever seen Friday?
Have I ever seen Friday? Friday the movie? Friday?
Yeah, Friday the movie.
No, it's one that as I throughout the years, people are always like quoting it, or they always talk about it.
Then you won't understand why I say top notch. Then
okay, I won't. Okay, so we're gonna get away from this and into the other stuff in just a little bit. Hey, how many of you are going to feel as bad as I do knowing that we'll wake up morning after morning and not hear things like
information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious.
Yeah, we don't get to hear that anymore. That's kind of... So there you go. It's gone. It's on pause, everybody. The Ministry of the governance of they're gone. The Nina Jankowicz, the singing, the crazy, all of that stuff. The Disinformation Governance Board now is well, it's not gone. It's gone, but is it really gone? So the Washington Post reported that they've put this on hold. The Ministry of Truth Disinformation Governance Board. Because too much backlash, too many people talking about it. They're not happy about it. They don't like that people are talking about this, and so because of all the backlash, it's marketing, Jake. It's exactly like what Jake was talking about. When you've got good marketing like Spark as the name of a flavor of a soda that now has a combination of flavors that they call Spark, and he's pumping it up because Spark. I mean, how could you not like something called Spark? See, they didn't do that with the Disinformation Governance Board. That's what they needed. They needed more Spark in I guess the marketing of it, and so it's gone, kind of, sort of. And, many people have talked about what it was and was not. And the humorous thing about it going away is that all it took for it to go away is for people to say, hey, look, what is this? And that's it. Like it just imploded upon itself because of how Orwellian and ridiculous, crazy, scary it is. And I mean, we've heard from Rand Paul and Mayorkas not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, talking about this issue.
Do you think the Steele dossier included?
Oh, wait. Okay, that's the wrong piece of audio. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're going to get to Steele dossier. We're going to get to some news on that as well in a minute. But you had progressives insisting that it's conservatives throwing out disinformation, that we're the problem, that we have been, and how we have to do something about this. And their answer in the DHS and their answer to this was this Ministry of Truth, which once people asked questions about it, imploded and was exposed in and of itself because of the things that we already know that Nina Jankowicz and others were talking about for the longest time. Not just the singing, but how many times in the past she's called out or propagated the lies of Russiagate. I mean, this is an individual who talked about how the zoological past of COVID is undisputed. In other words, it came from a bat. It did not come up from a lab. That's just the way it is. Russiagate and all the lies of the Alpha Bank and Russiagate and Trump being in league with Russia were absolutely positively true. I mean, I can go on and on with all the disinformation that she put out in many ways. People were like, how could she do this? How could somebody who's trying to be a Broadway singer, apparently, and that's really what she cares about most because...
Information laundering is really quite ferocious.
I mean, really, when you're taking the time to do that, then that's what you're trying to do. And people looked at that and said, okay, this is really weird. You can't be qualified to do... You could barely be qualified to do that, much less head a department in the government talking about disinformation. But hold on a second. Are you sure about that? Because I know there are people that want to joke about it. We joke about it. We just did joke about it. We played the song and all the things that she has said and some of the crazy that's been out there with her, right? But hold on a second. Is there a little more behind this and behind the scenes? And again, I brought this up before the end of the show yesterday, and it bears repeating. There are people in the United States government, the DHS, and I think it was Mayorkas himself, who were talking about Nina Jankowicz being eminently qualified to do this job. One of the preeminent people on disinformation. She knows exactly what's going on. This is somebody who is learned in the field. And people are like, wait, are you sure about that? But then we get to what I said yesterday before the end of the program. She is experienced in disinformation. She's experienced in using disinformation as cover. How do I know? What am I talking about? Well, again, I played that audio before the end of the program yesterday from Darren Beatty, who is an editor at Revolver News, who had this article a few days ago. Biden's Minister of Truth, Nina Jankowicz, participated in secret NATO-funded cabals to subvert Western democracies using disinformation as cover. Wait, what? Hold on a second. What does that even mean? And again, I played the audio yesterday of Darren Beatty talking about this very article.
As it turns out, there was an explosive leak just a couple years ago that was one of the most suppressed stories in the history of media. It really amounts to a Snowden-level leak for the disinformation Operation Age, how it all came to be. And that is this group called the Integrity Initiative, which are these clusters of academics, journalists, and so forth who operate secretly in order to conduct influence operations on behalf of the UK government, NATO, and the US government. And guess whose name appeared as part of those leaks years ago that was completely covered up? None other than Nina Jankowicz.
What? So as we're sitting and laughing and joking and thinking, the girl that sings...
Information laundering is...
All right, we get it. This is a joke. She's not a serious person. We can't even be talking about a serious person. This is a person who's talking about, oh, there's no deep state. There's nothing here.
Talking about the deep state and things like that, which is a thread among conspiracy communities here in the United States, that there is this secret cabal here in Washington working to undermine the American people. It couldn't be farther from the truth.
Right, there's no deep state. There's nothing happening like that. So all the time we've been joking and laughing about her and this Ministry of Truth and Disinformation Governance Board and everything, were we sure about the laughter? And because according to this article, not only is she well qualified, she's pretty plugged in. So are you telling me that someone that was on the board and helping the Integrity Initiative, which is basically a group of media people, you heard media people and people in government and others who have put together groups to help to fight disinformation by putting disinformation out. In other words, their purpose is to throw out disinformation to keep you off the scent, if you will, to kind of redirect you in other places, to kind of say what you're seeing here is not what you're seeing here. It's actually something else. That when somebody else was in league with Russia, you would call out, I don't know, a former president of the United States being in league with Russia.
I'm really offended personally.
And you should be. Do you see where I'm going here? So the whole time we're laughing at Nina Jankowicz, and she's plugged in with a group that's putting out this information, that this is their gig, this is their job to do this. It's part of what they're talking about in their... I guess their network of networks, their description of their business. The organization, funding, operation, structure, and rhetoric of the Integrity Initiative is the single best template for understanding how the entire hornet's nest of NGOs, journalists, and national security bureaucrats work secretly and in concert to wage psychological warfare against citizens of the West. One cannot understand how the disinformation industry functions without understanding the little-known and now defunct Integrity Initiative. She was part of it. The laptop from hell, all the disinformation put out there. Oh, it's just Russia propaganda. This is just, it's Russia did this. She talked about this in a tweet back in October of 2020. Now do you see how this all comes together? So you have someone who everybody's joking about and saying that the Ministry of Truth and this Disinformation Governance Board now is going to be on pause and she's going to go away. And lucky for us that she's going to go away. But then the question has to be asked, why was it presented? It's almost presented as in, hey, let's put this out there that we're going to do this. And then once the American public realize what's going on and exposing it, but just by saying, hey, look at this, that's all you have to do. And then it implodes because the people are like, wait a minute, we don't want this. We see exactly what you're doing. This is dystopian. This is Orwellian. You've got to stop doing this. And almost as if to put it out there to say, oh, we're not going to do this. Nothing to see here. Move along. We've crushed it. So that we'll go and focus on something else while behind the scenes, they've been doing it all along. They've been doing it for years. And laughing at Nina Jankowicz and joking around and saying, how, well, apparently she's quite connected and she knows a lot about this. And this article is lengthy and goes into details about her and the connections here. All of this to say something very fundamental, and it's this. The left is emboldened. They're brazen. They don't care not only what you think, but what you think you think. And I'm going to prove that coming up next hour. Actually, coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to replay the interview we had yesterday with Dinesh D'Souza about 2,000 mules. So if you missed the interview from yesterday, you'll get to hear that in a couple of minutes. And again, brazen, 2,000 mules, what they did. Come and get us. Come stop us. You can't, can you? And the fact that they will lead you to believe that they're done, it's over, you won, we're going to go away now, tail between our legs. But in reality, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're going to continue to do this. And the simple proof of the fact that they're going to continue to do this was Peter Doocy yesterday talking to the White House press secretary, Jean-Pierre, when about the dissolution of this governance board, or at least the pause on the governance board. He asks,
so if it's pausing because you think the board was mischaracterized, then the Disinformation Board is being shut down because of disinformation? Is that what's happening here?
Look, I mean, the board was put forth for a purpose, right? To make sure that we really did address what was happening across the country when it came to disinformation.
Now remember, it's not disinformation. It's the information that they feel is uncomfortable or they don't like. It's the government. It's the administration. It's lefties in this country. It's the progressives. If you say the wrong thing, things that we don't agree with, we're going to call it disinformation. Do you see how they do this? Something Nina Jankowicz knows very well.
Okay, it's on. But no, it's just going. It's going to pause. There's been a mischaracterizations from outside forces, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to pause it and we're going to do an assessment. But the work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue the work.
What did you just say?
The work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue the work.
We're still going to continue to work. The work doesn't stop. You think you won, but you really didn't win. You may have won the battle. Oh, but you're not going to win the war. They're not going away. And neither should you. All of this to say that they don't go away, and neither should you. All right. 239-479-5592 is the Brett AC Talking text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Go there right now to watch the program. Steele has 3 E's. It's simple. Go watch right now. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5, Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Hi, this is Scott Riley, owner of Mortgage Warehouse. If you're a homeowner or looking to buy a home in Southwest Florida, I want to say congratulations. We live in one of the most desirable areas to own a home. Chances are you've worked hard and you've made some smart decisions with your money. In today's market, it's more important than ever to have a true mortgage professional in your corner, not only to secure a great home loan, but also to provide certainty to all parties involved so that your offer is accepted when you find that perfect home. My team has closed over $1 billion in mortgage loan volume, and our mission is to provide hope and guidance to every client we partner with. I hope this message is the beginning of a relationship with you. We will guide you through the process that is consistently proven to give you an advantage when competing with multiple offers. To reach my office, call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender. MortgageWarehouse.com. That's MortgageWarehouse.com.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
When a person is injured in a place of business or is the victim of a crime in those same places, what happens immediately afterwards is so very important. Let me explain. When you're injured or attacked in these places, you can make a claim, but it's on you to prove that the situation that caused your injury was known or should have been known by those in charge. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. So here's what's important and here's what we do. The sooner we can get our SWAT team out to investigate, the better. And listen, those responsible will work fast to repair and even hide what happened. And if you can't prove your case, you can't win your case. Time is of the essence. I even recommend having someone go back with their cell phone to take pictures before you hire us. Don't let delay cost your family. Our injury SWAT team is ready to roll 24 hours a day. Injured? Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Tradition, luxury, innovation. Not words we typically use in the same sentence, but with DeVoe Cadillac right in the heart of Naples, you're going to find this and so much more. Hey, take it from me, your friend Sean Hannity. DeVoe Cadillac is the epitome of Cadillac's traditional quality that I have trusted for years. The DeVoe family-owned Cadillac dealership, they strive to provide world-class hospitality to all who enter their doors, just as they've been doing for over 50 years. But don't let tradition fool you. DeVoe Cadillac is keeping up with innovation by growing with today's EV market. And if you're interested in a Cadillac and luxury and style and safety and an electric vehicle, look no further than Cadillac Lyric. Now, DeVoe Cadillac can answer your EV questions. And by the way, they'll help you be one of the first to cruise the boulevard in the all-new Lyric. Now, they serve Southwest Florida. DeVoe Cadillac, 4100 Tamiami Trail North, or DeVoeCadillac.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at DardaGroup.com.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is a Fox Business Report.
Retail sales numbers for April are in, how much Americans were shopping and spending, and they are roughly in line with expectations. Overall sales increased 0.9% last month. Excluding auto sales, retail sales were better than forecast, up 0.6%. Though retail sales are not adjusted for inflation, which means shoppers may have spent more but didn't receive as much. Walmart sales rose in the recent quarter, though the company was dealing with higher costs for its products, supply chain, and employees. The number of transactions stayed flat in the quarter, but the amount spent rose 3%. Walmart's raising its profit forecast, but it's lowering its prediction for sales for the period. Home Depot is reporting record sales. It is raising its forecast for the year. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosolda, invested in you.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Do you want to sell your home for the most money possible? Be sure to interview more than one agent. The home marketing process isn't the same with every realtor, and that difference could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. I'm Andrew Darda with the Darda Group. With over 50 years combined experience, we know the best formula to get the best results selling your home. Find out more and contact us. Go to DardaGroup.com. That's DARDA Group.com. DardaGroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
All right, folks, step right up. Step right up. You're not going to believe your ears. Today only I'm offering you air conditioning service for only $29. That's right. I'll send this cute little chimp dressed in overalls to check out your AC for just $29. That's not all, folks. With all the rebates and discounts of up to $5 quadrillion, you can get a super-duper system for next to nothing. I'll even throw in the magic UV light for free.
Don't be fooled by AC companies offering deals too good to be true. Kobe Cooling urges you to shop around before buying into the hype about government rebates and discounts. Kobe Cooling is an honest, family-owned business with NATE-trained and certified technicians, not clean and tuned salesmen. Kobe gives you a great product, professional, honest service at a fair price without all the sales pitches. Kobe Cooling, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Call 482-1542, 482-1542, or go online to KobeCooling.com. License number CAC 1813722.
Brian, whatever it takes.
You already know that Genesis produces some of the most luxurious cars and SUVs in the world. But did you know that Genesis of Naples is the world's #1 largest volume Genesis dealer? Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're #1 because we make sure you have a luxurious buying experience. Yes, my staff and I are honored to help our customers get into a new Genesis with our large volume of incoming inventory, like Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, the all-new GV70, or the hot midsize GV80, plus the G70, G80, G90 luxury sedans. Come see why the Genesis G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper midsize premium cars by J.D. Power. As the world's largest dealer, we receive the largest share incoming models. So let us help you reserve yours. We're taking pre-orders now, so come in and select your dream Genesis. Visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road today.
Based on 2021 retail sales volume GMA. For JD Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Tee up and swing into summer at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Experience excellent playing conditions, GPS golf carts, and low summer rates. Play 18 holes with a cart for just $38 before noon, $33 afternoon, or play any day after 2 p.m. for only $28 all summer long. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Most politicians are just show ponies, but Wilton Simpson is a workhorse. conservative, Republican, fifth-generation Floridian. Simpson's a lifelong farmer who shoots straight and gets things done, like educational and economic opportunity. As Florida's Senate president, Wilton Simpson worked side by side with Governor DeSantis. Simpson fought and won more rights for parents, more choices for kids, and was named champion for school choice. When some politicians wanted lockdowns that threatened our economy, our kids' educations, and our constitutional rights, Wilton Simpson led the charge to keep Florida free and open. Simpson's endorsed by Governor Ron DeSantis, 59 sheriffs, and President Donald Trump. Workhorse Wilton Simpson, the conservative who gets things done. Candidate, Florida Commissioner of Agriculture. Sponsored by Grow Florida.
Chevy showroom, Marty.
Marty, I want a new Chevy.
Okay.
But I'm leaving my checkbook at home.
Well, how are you going to pay?
I'm not.
Huh?
And I'm not making payments until September.
Look, pal, you got to pay here.
Well, not at Victory Lane Chevrolet, because it's no pay May.
No pay?
Uh-huh. You can drive a new Chevy with no money down and no first payment, or make no payments until September. It's a no-brainer.
You're crazy.
Crazy about saving people money? It's no pay May at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Keep your money in your pocket and drive a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for just $399 a month, no money down and no first payment. Or finance any new Chevy in stock and make no payments until September 2022. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
39-month lease, 0 down, 10K miles per year, must have current lease and household. Taxes and fees extra. Rebates to dealer, no payments until September. 72 months with approved credit. Offers do not combine.
We're honest and true, and we're here to serve you. The National Exterminators.
Who can deliver the best pest control service for my money? And how much is it? National Exterminators, guaranteed. With most service plans at just $46. You gotta give them a call.
How much?
$46. In business for over 40 years, National Exterminators is a local family-owned business. National Exterminators' pledge to you is to always provide the highest level of service, guaranteed.
Wait, how much? Yeah, $46.
Don't pay more than $46. Now's the time to switch and save. Just call 46 No Bug. That's 46 No Bug. They'll clean it up, seal it up, and make sure your home is pest-free and comfortable. Call them at 239-46 No Bug or go to pestcontrolmadeeasy.com. Yes, just $46.
We're honest and true, and we're here to serve you. The National Exterminators.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The energy drink company Red Bull last weekend held its World Paper Airplane Championship, while Four Loko launched its first annual Squid Games.
I'd laugh at that, but I don't know what Four Loko is. What's that? Is that an energy drink? Is that what that? That's what that is. What are you laughing? Why are you laughing at that? That's not what it is.
No.
What's Four Loko?
It's like hangover in a can.
Wait a minute. Is it a cure for hangover in a can, or is it a hangover in a can?
No, it's a hangover in a can. It doesn't cure it.
Okay. So it's like a strong beverage? So like if it were Mountain Dew Spark, it would be
You know what Southern
Spark.
Comfort is?
Of course yes.
Okay, so think of Southern, it's like a juice but with alcohol, but it's disgusting. It's the grossest thing ever. Ever.
It's a juice. It's a juice with alcohol. All right. Never heard of anybody.
Like, you've ever seen those commercials where people are like, did you have this product back in so-and-so? Well, you might be entitled to compensation. That's going to happen one day.
That's not
for
okay.
Four Loko.
That's not true. Send your cards and letters to Jake here at the station. That's not true. It's fine. It's a fine beverage. I don't know anything about it. Anyway, all right, we're moving on. 239-479-5592. So earlier we talked about how crazy everything is going, from on Capitol Hill, we have people now that are on the pro-abortion side that I guess are the experts because they're there on Capitol Hill and they've been brought in to talk about abortion. And the comments made yesterday are that men can have them, abortions. Men can do that. No, I'm not kidding. These are the experts. I'll play the audio later so you'll hear for yourself. So that is getting crazy. We also have the Ministry of Truth being put on pause and the Disinformation Governance Board. They're not going away, everybody. It's crazy. You think it's crazy. You think Nina Jankowicz is crazy because you hear things like...
Information laundering is really quite ferocious.
So you're like, it's crazy. Everything's crazy, right? But they're not going away. It's just a pause. So they'll make you think that they're going away. But now at least you know and you can see what it is that they're doing in disinformation. They look at the information that's out there, the things that you're saying as a conservative, as a Republican, and they don't like it, so they call it disinformation. Do you see how that works? A Disinformation Board calling disinformation. So it's exposed, you see it, you see what's happening, so you're prepared for it. Well, sometimes that's what's happening with election and election integrity, and people are like, what happened? What happened in the 2020 election? Were there really problems and issues in the 2020 election? And maybe, if anything, at least we can see some of the things that were done that you have to question that are provable, that you might want to put out there and say, hey, can you answer these questions? Because in the future, we don't want this to happen. Nobody who cares about election integrity, anyone who cares about the integrity of elections in this country and the country itself, wants to make sure we have election integrity. So when you see a movie like 2,000 Mules, you have questions. You go in with questions. I would encourage you lefties to go in and watch the movie. Go ahead and question it. All your questions will be answered in the movie. And we were so happy yesterday to have the opportunity to talk about the movie with Dinesh D'Souza, who joined us. And I started out the conversation talking about the fact that you knew it was going to happen, that theaters were going to take this on. And the exciting thing is that coming up on Friday, 400 theaters around the country will be showing the movie, and even here in Southwest Florida. And so that is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We had done a very limited theatrical. In fact, we had rented out 300 theaters, and we pretty much filled them. So theaters kind of got wind that people want to come to the theater to see this movie. So they came to our door basically saying, hey, we're independent theaters. We'd like to open the movie in the normal way, so don't rent the theater out. We're just going to open it up 4 showings a day. So this Friday, May 20th, 2,000 Mules will be in 400 theaters, and you get tickets the normal way through Fandango or the different ticket sites.
Yeah. And so let's talk about the movie. First, give everybody just an outline of the film itself.
It's a film that seeks to go beyond the empty rhetoric about election fraud and look to whether or not this can actually be documented through electronic proof and also documented through video surveillance. And so the film uses 2 types of evidence. The first is cell phone geo-tracking. This is the tracking of the movement of your cell phone. And this is used to find people, so-called mules. Mules are kind of corrupt paid operatives who are hired to deliver fraudulent votes to mail-in drop boxes. By monitoring the movement of their cell phones, going from one drop box to another, to another, to another, you can see that these people are engaged in this kind of illegal ballot trafficking. And we found 2,000 of them just in the 5 key areas that decided the election. And that's why the title of the movie, 2,000 Mules.
Yeah. So as I'm watching the movie, as many people were probably thinking the same thing I was thinking at the time, I want to see how all of the questions are going to be answered. There's got to be a moment in 2,000 Mules where I'm looking at the film and saying, well, wait a minute, this doesn't get answered. It does. Everything you're going to watch will be answered. If you're thinking you have questions, they will be answered by the time the movie is over. That's what's remarkable about the film, 2,000 Mules. Make sure you make a point to see it this weekend. So let's talk a little bit about this. First of all, the method of using mules and the ballot stuffing is this like an effort to launder ballots? I mean, because you disrupt the chain of custody, the way this... was that the purpose? Is that why they did it this way?
Well, absentee ballot or mail-in ballot fraud is the most common type of fraud in any election. And it's for the obvious reason that these ballots are out of sight of any poll watcher or any election official. Basically, they're mailed out, and people fill them out. And it's sometimes hard to tell if they are authentic ballots, and there are many ways to get your hands on these ballots. Just to give you a simple example, my daughter went to Dartmouth. She graduated in 2017. Now, she voted in New Hampshire as a legal resident, but she's long left the state, right? But if the state is mailing out ballots to addresses on the voter rolls, all these ballots will end up in dorms where students, for example, have long graduated. So if someone knows how to collect those ballots, remember, those ballots have both the name and the registered address of a voter, but a voter who might well be in another state. The government does not have the ability to collate and say, wait a minute, Dinesh's daughter now lives in New York. She voted over there. How come a ballot is coming in New Hampshire for her? So what I'm getting at is nursing homes, housing projects, homeless shelters. There are all kinds of places to get your hands on these absentee ballots. And so what I'm saying is these left-wing organizations get hundreds of thousands of these ballots. They're fraudulent ballots. Right. And then they hire these mules to secretively, in the middle of the night typically, wearing gloves, go dump them into the mail and drop boxes. But not like buckets into one box, because that would be obvious. You'd see that the next morning, a big spike in the ballots in one box. So they tell the mules, go to a few here, a few there, a few, 3 here, 8 there, 10 there. And that's why the mules go on these kind of routes. That's why they go to so many drop boxes.
Yeah, which one of the things in the movie 2,000 Mules, by the way, Dinesh D'Souza joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, the creator of 2,000 Mules, as we're talking about the movie. One of the things in the movie is they're wearing gloves. Dinesh, it's maybe it's just they're very much into cleanliness. And that's all it is. It's just that these individuals just happen to be into cleanliness and they want to make it's so obvious in so many ways. When you have people like the AP and PolitiFact that want to pick things apart, you've probably hit a nerve. And one of the things is with the geo-tracking. Are you surprised, like many people are surprised, that that's one of the areas that they're going to pick apart when you consider that I can pull into the parking lot of the radio station here and my phone is going to pop up not only where I am sitting in the parking lot, but tell me how long it's going to take to get home, almost to the exact minute, even through traffic and everything else. This idea that somehow we're going back to like circa 2008. It's like the phones aren't even quite where they are now, that they're trying to explain things in the past terms as far as that is concerned, as opposed to where we are now with the technology. Did that surprise you at all?
Well, I think when you look at the movie, it's so convincing from start to finish that it's almost like the left was stunned and they had to figure out, where can we attack? Right. Now, they hire these fact checkers who are 20 and 30-somethings, not, frankly, the brightest cookies, And so these guys go, well, let's attack the geo-tracking. And what they do is they call around to these second-rate academics at one school or another, and finally they find one guy who goes, well, I have an article here from 2011 that says the geo-tracking isn't all that accurate. And so they quote that guy as an expert. And this is their game. And I think part of what the movie is doing is it's exposing their game. And their game is using essentially fraudulent information to conceal the ballot fraud.
Right. And, the idea that you see the number of ballots that they're holding and how they're doing everything, it's right there in front of you. And again, connecting not only the dots and the geo-tracking dots, if you will, but also a lot of the questions that you will have when you see 2,000 Mules. I promise you'll be like, oh, all right, there's the answer to the question that I might have. One of them being, you have to figure they must have known that there were cameras there at these boxes, at these drop-off boxes, that we would see some of these individuals. Is it that, or is it maybe that they're just so brazen and that's where we are now? We're in a society where everybody is just open and willing. And when you have a willing media who's going to do everything they can to besmirch you and what you're trying to accomplish here and show and prove and what everybody sees for themselves. And so, is that where we are right now? They must have known the cameras were there.
Well, here's the thing. The honest truth is that most of these drop boxes, the vast majority, did not have cameras. Yeah. There are entire states, Wisconsin being an example, no cameras at all. Even though the election rules say you should have cameras, and Wisconsin said, we are going to have cameras. They just didn't do it. Even in places that did it, in Arizona, for example, a bunch of the cameras were inexplicably turned off. So they were installed, but they weren't functioning. And other places like Georgia, they have cameras in some places, and then they don't have cameras in another. By the way, this is why it's hard for us in the movie to show the same mule at multiple drop boxes, not because he didn't go there. His cell phone was there, so he obviously was at the drop box. But it turns out that out of 10 drop boxes, there's only one that has a camera. And so we look and we find him at, let's say, 3:05 a.m. at that drop box. You look on the camera, sure enough, there he is. What's he doing? Stuffing ballots. But you can't find him in the next drop box. Why? Because there's no camera there. So that's the point, is that unfortunately, even though we have 4 million minutes of footage, we here, meaning True the Vote, the election intelligence organization that did the heavy lifting in this research, even though they have 4 million minutes of footage, they should, in fact, have a lot more.
Yeah. Dinesh D'Souza joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, talking about 2,000 Mules, by the way, 400 theaters across the nation, and an opportunity to see it here in Southwest Florida. I know Naples for sure. Silver Spot is going to have the movie, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But you've been so generous with your time. Just the last question before we go, and it's this. Ultimately, what do we do? I mean, what do we do now? Because there are even some people that will say, all right, well, now we'll have people that will be doing this and they just won't bring their phones next time. Or do we have people sitting at boxes? I mean, we have poll watchers. Why can't we have box watchers that can sit and pull up a chair and just kind of, I mean, what do we do now?
Sure. So obviously, the one simple thing that can be done and should be done is there should be electronic surveillance on every drop box. I mean, again, you don't even have to pass a law about that. That's in the election rules. So it's simply a matter of carrying out what's in the election rules already. Now, obviously, if states refuse to do that or don't do that, then I would say, yeah, there's nothing wrong, nothing to stop citizens from parking outside of a drop box and turning on your trusty cell phone and making sure that there's no funny business, going on. That will certainly be a deterrent. We need a broader election reform. These election integrity laws, I think, do some good things, but there are more good things that need to be done. Some people just want to go back to like one day, election day. Everybody shows up in person with rare exceptions. And while I'm for that in principle, we have to remember these laws are not made at the national level. They're made by individual states. So let me just say to people, and I think you'll agree with this, go to 2000mules.com. That's the website, the number 2000mules.com, because you'll show you 4 or 5 ways to watch the movie. And the movie walks you through the kind of complex labyrinth of how all this works and how all this paid ballot trafficking that we show in the movie is completely illegal. It's illegal in all 50 states, and yet it's an organized effort to subvert our democracy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thank you for what you do, the work you do. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate you. Dinesh D'Souza joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Sir, all the best. Thank you so much. Hope we get a chance to speak soon.
Thank you.
239-479-5592. And hey, before we go, just one little, that was the interview from yesterday, Dinesh D'Souza joining us about 2,000 Mules. I would encourage you this weekend, soon, to see it if you haven't seen it already. See it twice. Here's something that popped up yesterday about Pennsylvania's election. Check this out. Supporters of Pennsylvania's 2 candidates in this year's November general election for governor, Shapiro and Mastriano, they don't see eye to eye on most things, but when it comes to casting their vote, they literally don't see eye to eye. That's because Republican voters who chose Mastriano in the May 17th primary almost all showed up in person to cast their ballots. Just 13,000 out of 380,000 who cast ballots used mail-ins. That's 3 out of 100. Meanwhile, 386,000 out of 788,000 Democrat voters who cast a ballot for Shapiro used mail-in ballots. That's a nearly 50-50 split between mail-in and in-person. Maybe something's catching on here. As he just mentioned, Dinesh D'Souza, and how I've mentioned many times. You show up, you do it in person. It's important. All right, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pearl necklace and matching bracelet with your purchase of a Veragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more this coming weekend. And we're also offering 12 months interest-free financing at the Diamond District.
Heating and cooling system. Train systems are engineered to keep up with you. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Brought to you by traininfo.com.
Are you concerned about the direction our country is headed? Tactical Civics is the only full-spectrum solution that is taking America back, one county at a time. If you would like to learn more about how you can help restore America and impact the lives of your kids, grandkids, and future generations, it is time to act now. Register to attend an upcoming Tactical Civics introductory meeting being held in Fort Myers. To register or learn more, go to tcoffl.com. That's tcoffl.com.
Hi, this is Scott Riley, owner of Mortgage Warehouse. If you're a homeowner or looking to buy a home in Southwest Florida, I want to say congratulations. We live in one of the most desirable areas to own a home. Chances are you've worked hard and you've made some smart decisions with your money. In today's market, it's more important than ever to have a true mortgage professional in your corner, not only to secure a great home loan, but also to provide certainty to all parties involved so that your offer is accepted when you find that perfect home. My team has closed over $1 billion in mortgage loan volume, and our mission is to provide hope and guidance to every client we partner with. I hope this message is the beginning of a relationship with you. We will guide you through the process that is consistently proven to give you an advantage when competing with multiple offers. To reach my office, call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender. MortgageWarehouse.com. That's MortgageWarehouse.com.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultima, certified Rogue, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Are you facing eviction, a sudden rent increase, or changing your living situation because you're behind on bills? Good news. Collier County is accepting applications for rent and utility payment assistance. Income and other qualifications determine eligibility. For more information and to apply, go to CollierFLAssistance.com. That's CollierFLAssistance.com or dial 311. If you think you might be eligible for assistance, visit CollierFLAssistance.com for more info or to apply, or dial 311.
Meet my sidekick.
Howdy, I'm Ellie Q.
Ellie Q is amazing. She's a friendly companion that checks up on me, helps me video chat with family, and orders me Uber rides.
Wanna do some yoga?
She even helps me keep active. There's so many ways she brightens my day. See for yourself at elliq.com.
Your daughter just sent us photos from Becky's recital.
Oh, let's take a look.
Call 844-944-ELLI or visit ELLIQ.com to learn more.
Hi there, it's Chris Stigall. The Federal Reserve has made clear their intention of raising interest rates to help reduce inflation. But do you know how increasing rates are affecting the value of your bond holdings and what exactly that means to you and your money? Well, if you don't, you should. We all have blind spots, especially in times of change. And that's why the Cordasco team at Mercer Advisors can stress test the bonds in your portfolio. The results of a stress test show you how those bonds may hold up under a variety of future economic conditions. By stress testing, the Cordasco team can help you minimize your blind spots. With interest rates rising, inflation on the move, continued market volatility, consider making the call to my friend Steve Cordasco or John Walker for a free stress test. 855-558-3500. That's 855-558-3500. Cordasco Financial Network is a trade name owned by Mercer Global Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Andrew Garrett, Inc., which is not affiliated with the Cordasco Financial Network or Mercer Advisors.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
From Drew to Trey and all through the day, we get it right from morning till night. Drew Steele gets you up on the right side of the bed with live and local talk every morning starting at 6. Then it's Glenn Beck at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at noon, Sean Hannity at 3, and Trey Radel with The Drive at 5. From Drew to Trey and all through the day, we get it right from morning till night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
President Biden is getting ready to leave the country. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News will head to South Korea, then Japan for a 6-day trip, though there's speculation North Korea could conduct another missile test or even a nuclear one amid a sanctions standoff with the U.S. But this morning, before he leaves, the president the leaders of the two countries trying to join NATO following Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
President Biden says he welcomes working to accept Finland and Sweden into NATO quickly.
I think we're going to be okay.
Turkey, a longtime NATO member nation, has expressed objections with the expansion. All 30 NATO members must agree on adding countries to the alliance. The president's national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, believes those concerns can be solved.
Fox's Jared Halpern. The president's invoked the Defense Production Act to deal with a baby formula shortage to speed up manufacturing if facilities still open after a recall shut down an Abbott facility months ago.
To ensure that manufacturers have the necessary ingredients to make safe, healthy infant formula here at home.
He's also expediting more formula imports from overseas. The white 18-year-old accused of targeting black shoppers in Saturday's supermarket massacre has a court date today in Buffalo, New York.
Just 30 minutes before the deadliest mass shooting in Buffalo's history, the accused gunman shared his plans online, inviting a small group of people into a chat room on the messaging app Discord. 18-year-old Peyton Gendron described in detail his plans to murder as many black people as possible. No one alerted authorities.
Fox's Alexis McAdams in Buffalo. COVID's been spreading more lately. The 208,000 cases reported by Johns Hopkins yesterday, the most in a day in a few months. In Massachusetts, a rare case of monkeypox, though officials say the public's not at risk. It's typically limited to Africa, but the man sickened had been to Canada. There are small outbreaks in Europe. Investigators there have found while monkeypox is not easily spread person to person, it may be sexually transmitted. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're headed from the Cape into Fort Myers this morning, Midpoint Bridge, very slow moving right now. Speeds around 11 miles per hour. If you need to get there quickly, definitely leave the house a few minutes early. In Lehigh Acres, Lee Boulevard, seeing those usual slowdowns in the westbound direction. Ford State Road 82, once that turns into Colonial Boulevard near the Forum and I-75. Still slow moving at that point as well. And Palm Beach Boulevard, a little slow moving in the southwest direction in Olga. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Another quiet and warm day, at least for the western portions of southwest Florida for this afternoon, where the I-75 corridor and west of that will remain dry. We should see a few isolated thunderstorms develop inland late today and into early this evening as temperatures crank into the low and middle 90s. We'll be feeling a little bit more humid today as winds continue out of the southwest to west at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy overnight. Look for a low near 73 degrees. Waking up on your Thursday morning. We're back to 93 degrees for your Thursday afternoon with additional isolated thunderstorms focused inland yet again before all of us see some higher chances for rain and thunderstorms make a comeback for Friday and the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you and your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
Don't go through another summer with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, that pain in your back, your knees, your shoulder, it can now be treated with the latest in precision medicine using natural biologics, growth factors that can restore and repair damaged tissue. Really exciting stuff here. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, giving you access right here to this modern-day joint pain solution. You can get lasting joint pain relief with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. You've heard Emmett Smith raving about QC Kinetics. You've read or seen other high-profile people talking about it. Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics can help you get your life back. Take action now. Get a free consultation. Powerful, effective joint pain treatments with natural biologics are here. Call QC Kinetics now. 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and in Fort Myers. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and Fort Myers.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
Most politicians are just show ponies. But Wilton Simpson is a workhorse. Conservative, Republican, fifth-generation Floridian. Simpson's a lifelong farmer who shoots straight and gets things done, like educational and economic opportunity. As Florida's Senate president, Wilton Simpson worked side by side with Governor DeSantis. Simpson fought and won more rights for parents, more choices for kids, and was named champion for school choice. When some politicians wanted lockdowns that threatened our economy, our kids' educations, and our constitutional rights, Wilton Simpson led the charge to keep Florida free and open. Simpson's endorsed by Governor Ron DeSantis, 59 sheriffs, and President Donald Trump. Workhorse Wilton Simpson, the conservative who gets things done. Candidate, Florida Commissioner of Agriculture. Sponsored by Grow Florida.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. This is Dr. Lou Spangler of MyGenix. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is little to no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call MyGenix at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's MyGenix at 239-277-9999. Again, that's 239-277-9999.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
If you don't see how ridiculous and crazy the left is after this half hour, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to save you. I don't know what to do. Not that you necessarily, well, not you don't need saving, but there are people that are on the left that absolutely do. Because I don't know. I don't know how you can listen to the audio that I'm going to play in a couple of minutes that happened yesterday on Capitol Hill and not think to yourself, we're in a really bad place. So I'll explain coming up in just a second. 239-479-5592, by the way. That is the Brett AC Talk and Text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching the program. I'm hearing more and more about people going to the website to watch, and we appreciate it. Yes, we're up on YouTube for the time being. We're just kind of messing with them. We'll see how long that lasts. At Drew Steele Radio on Facebook as well. A lot of people going there. So let's see, you want to go to those places? Go ahead. We're there. I'm just telling you right now because... Honestly, we just like messing with them. It's not going to be much longer before it's just like, beep. We'll get the, I guess the third strike's the charm. All right. So I wanted to talk to you about this quickly as I'm looking at Jake, because this is an insight that he has that many people don't. And here's one thing about this program that people talk to me about, and I think they appreciate. It's that we can give you a millennial point of view that not a lot of people can politically. You'll hear about something in politics, and then you'll say, well, is this really happening in the millennial world? And there's a millennial right there. I mean, I've got the guy. I got the millennial here on this program that people know and love. They'll come to our First Fridays at Seed to Table looking for him. Sometimes I'll be at a restaurant with my family and enjoying lunch, and somebody will come up and say, hey, how's Jake? They'll just, this is my wife and my son. Yeah. How's Jake? That's not funny.
It's kind of funny. Sorry, G.
So the top of the hour break was talking about the killer in Buffalo and how he, I guess, was he on Discourse? Is that where he?
Discord.
Discord? Did I say Discourse? Sorry.
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, basically.
All right. So he was on Discord and announcing to everybody on Discord that he was going to commit the horrific atrocity that he did, letting people know beforehand. Was it like the day before? The day before. And nobody said anything. Now, you chimed in right the minute you heard that, and you were all upset because there are people that hear Discord and Reddit and other places.
Telegram.
Right, Telegram. Have no idea how it works. They just don't. They think it's like Twitter or Facebook.
It's not.
It's not. So you'll go to Facebook and you'll see somebody's name and you'll see every bit of life information willingly given to you by them, which is a whole other story, which drives me crazy about Facebook. It's people complain about it, and then it's like you put personal pictures. You're like, man, I'll tell you what, we're having a great time in Stog right now. We're 8,000 miles away from home, and boy, we're not going to be back for 3 weeks. And then you wonder why something happened at your home. It's like your Ring doorbell goes off, and you're like, hey, how did they know? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, it's not like that. So Discord is anonymous. It's one of the few places, I guess, that you can go where you can really keep your anonymity. Is that what you're saying?
About 85%. Yeah, it's really up to you.
So you were upset about the news at the top of the hour because your initial thought was, how would anybody be able to do anything? Because they don't know who this person is.
One, you don't know who he is. Two, there's really no way to report them. And then three, cool. You take his name that he created on Discord, you send it to the FBI. They do their little reverse proxy IP search, find the guy, whatever. And they're probably only going to be able to find the IP on which he made the account because, I don't really think that you could act on that unless you're like the CCP or something, I don't.
Well, I'm not really sure about. Well, then I mean the CCP does know a whole lot there, but no. But the point you were making is you got upset because initially you have a place that's pretty anonymous, and how. But ultimately, I look at it and say somebody could see that. I mean, there's a number. There's a name that's made, even if it's made up, there's digital tracking that they could find this person. If somebody would have taken that moment and reported the person, you just wonder, why wouldn't you do that? if you're anonymous and you're in an anonymous chat and somebody says something like what the killer said, why would you couldn't be worried about being called out for doing this? Like the person would say, I was only kidding, I wasn't serious. Well, that's not a joke, what you're doing here.
Right.
So to report somebody and to go, it's the steps that you would have to take in order to get to that place. In other words, you would have to reach out to the FBI, which seems awkward for people. Like, how do I do that?
Right.
Well, I'm sure you could Google it and figure out how to get to somebody near you that would take that information. And then, listen, you've done your due diligence. You've done what you needed to do. You've passed on the information. And how many people in these chat rooms are just like, this guy's not serious. This is like they can't be serious.
Well, yes, I would say that because there are a lot of edgy kids that say things that they probably shouldn't say and don't mean. But the problem with the whole Discord thing is there's no report button. One, the only options that you have is remove friend or block. That's it. You can only remove them or block them. And then if you do block them, I think it does give you a notification that you can report them for spam, but you can't report them for anything other than that. But if you are the server owner, because that's pretty much how it works, like you create a room or the chat room like they mentioned in the news story. So you have moderators of these chat rooms that do have the ability to report for harassment and things like that. So it would be up to whoever was in charge of the room.
So if this person got into the chat room, then it's the responsibility of the person. So what it comes down to is responsibility and willingness to do what has to be done. We live in a world right now where you may think to yourself, I don't want to report somebody. They don't really mean what they're saying. It would be really uncomfortable if somebody found out that be uncomfortable. If somebody says something as graphic as what was described about going and killing people, then maybe you should say something. And especially the responsibility of creating this room puts you in a responsible position of being the arbiter of what can and can't be said in the room. And that's a heavy-duty responsibility, kids.
Right. So as a person who's a nerd like me, and I have a couple different Discord servers, so I make sure that I have a rules section. People are supposed to follow Discord's terms of service. But I also have a bot that I coded that is connected to Google's API, which has it's slightly censorship, I guess you could say, but there are keywords that I have that are flagged within the chats that will send me notifications, and then I get to review them, and then they're like, say if they say something that is out of the ordinary, like that, for example, they will be muted. They'll be put into a specific category in which they can't interact in the server anymore until I whitelist them.
And then you, as a responsible human being, have the responsibility to say, hey, this is way over the line. I might want to suggest to somebody in authority that we got a problem here, or you might want to check it out. You've done your due diligence.
Done everything I can.
Right.
Do. Yeah.
Okay. 239-479-5592. I just wanted to put that out. The second thing I wanted to put out is... man, I cannot believe how many people are into this Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. You got to stop. I mean, are we really? But then again, I understand because people just want that escape. You watch TV shows that are created like this. And then this is real life. Like there are people that put production teams to come up with some of the crazy that's in this so that people will pay to watch it on like Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And they'll actually go to pay for this program that's created like a fantasy, like a fake. It's not real. And now you have it in real life. So, of course, people are going to tune in. It's like a TV show.
It's more like an old Western, right? Think about it, and they're walking into the saloon, right? The doors slide open. And then you got Amber Heard walk over, and she sees Johnny doing something she doesn't want him to do. So she breaks the bottle on the table, and she cuts the tip of his finger off.
No, that's not the way I look at it. It's... And listen, that's the tamest of it because the other things are just way out of control.
Yeah, we won't get into
that. But I heard some of the audio yesterday. Somebody was playing it on a podcast I was listening to, and it's like the two. It was a really, and for those that don't know this whole story, and I guess the story is Johnny Depp married to Amber Heard. The fact that he's lost work because she claimed sometime at a publication in the UK or someplace that she was abused.
Correct.
Somebody abused her, and so clearly who she was talking about. Everybody was looking at Johnny Depp. And so Johnny Depp was like, whoa, 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 $50 million defamation suit or whatever the number is, crazy number. I mean, the guy's worth like, what, 600 or 700 million, some crazy number. And so it's like, all right, so defamation suit, and that's where we are right now. Like, everybody knows that you were talking about me, and you destroyed my career, and now back and forth, and here we go. And the audio is just, it is like a soap opera. Like, it's the kind of thing you'd make up, but it's in real life. The fighting back and forth and the language that they use, and it's like it's hard to listen to because all you hear is, and then you beep, and then the beep, and then beep, and then beep. And that's what you hear the whole time. It's just beep, beep, beeps, and then but it's salacious because it's stars. It's a pirate, and she was on what, Aquaman or something? Is that the program?
Yeah, it was Aquaman, but she was. I don't
Please
think.
do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Sorry. Okay, aqua person. By the way, that now
Water dude.
Oh, hey. No, you can't say dude.
I thought that was gender neutral.
By the way, speaking of that. Getting off of it, because I want to get past this now. Did you hear there's now a She-Hulk coming out?
I did see this, and it's actually concerning to me a little bit. One, because I'm passionate about this. I was talking to my uncle about this yesterday. Because they gave a list of all the other Marvel characters that would be attending this little She-Hulk thing.
Before you go on, just a reminder that Marvel is now in the hands of and is owned by, and the rights to Marvel is...
Disney.
You got it. All right. So Disney, the same Disney that now is is starting their new line of LGBTQ clothing for kids. For kids, the Disney line of clothing for kids that is LGBTQ. No, I'm not making it up. It's true. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, it makes me think about the thing I'm complaining about is completely worthless now.
Okay, we'll go.
No, but it's the fact that they changed Hulk into Smart Hulk, right? Because they labeled him as Smart Hulk. You ever seen the Hulk with the glasses?
Yeah.
And he's like when are we gonna like stop allowing them to change all these crazy aspects? First thing they did, they made Loki gay so that they could get ratings in a show that no one would have watched unless he was gay. Two, I don't understand the fact that this man was poisoned by nuclear radiation. Okay, he was never happy. He was mad. There's no Smart Hulk. There's Mad Hulk who breaks stuff.
He's mad because, as a scientist, he should know better than to be poisoned by nuclear waste.
No, I don't think that.
Okay, no,
I like Angry Hulk.
Okay, so anyway, now we've morphed into She-Hulk because...
Where did she come from?
I don't... But you have to watch the movie to find out. It's, number one, maybe Hollywood has just run out of original ideas. There's nothing. Or because Disney now has a hold of the Marvel Universe, that they have now a new way to create not only new characters from the old characters, but even shift the newer characters or the new characters or the old characters into places and positions and feelings and pregnancies and characters that otherwise couldn't get pregnant. Something like that. You know, it's a
guy.
I don't, Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it because everybody knows. I know for a fact, as a matter of fact, that men can have abortions.
How? I'm just curious. Like, how would you do that?
Well, let's explore that. Yesterday, that came up. So yesterday, Democrats, Republicans had an opportunity during a House Judiciary Committee hearing on abortion to hear things about specific issues, like from some pro-life advocates, from some pro-abortion advocates, and there were representatives that had lots of questions about different aspects of life and abortion. Some simple, like how does one qualify as fully human? What makes a person a human being? That's an interesting question, right? So Dr. Yashika Robinson was asked. He's a physician for reproductive health, a board member of the Physicians for Reproductive Health, a doctor, asked the question.
You're not going to answer this question, but how about this one? How does one qualify as fully human? What makes a human being?
What makes a person a human being is them being born, number one. That's why we have birthdays.
That's why we have birthdays, everybody. We have birthdays. That's what makes a person a human being. Yes,
My cat's birthday is March 11th. She's a human now.
Okay, well, you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that. It's what makes a person a human being, is them being born, not a cat being. Well, there is that weird kind of dynamic going on there, but it's a doctor. And to your point, people are saying, like, so a frog who's born is a human? Is that what we're trying to figure out here? All right, it doesn't get much better. So, all right, here you go. This is what I'm talking about. Yesterday, House Judiciary Committee hearing on abortion. There's an overarching theme here and a reason why I'm playing this more than what you're about to hear. You ready, Jake? Representative Dan Bishop is asking a question of a Democrat witness who is Amy Arambidi. She's an activist working to advance reproductive justice. She works for a company called, it's Avow. Activists working to advance reproductive justice, okay? This is the Democrat witness, the expert. Okay, here you go. Here's the question.
What do you say a woman is?
I believe that everyone can identify for themselves.
Okay. Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes.
That's the Democrat witness. Listen, you have to decide whether or not things have gone off the rails or not. What?
What is there to decide? The lights are flashing.
Because there are people in the country. There are people in the state. There are people in Southwest Florida who agree with her. Full stop.
Okay, but how does one male get pregnant?
Well, that is, I would love to explore that. Look, the two things that, before we go to break. No, I really wouldn't love to explore that because that is getting way too into graphic. Talk about painful. But anyway, here. Sorry. Two things. Number one, we have a generation that is growing up that is hearing this and agreeing with this, and we're told by Democrats that these are experts that need to be on Capitol Hill to answer these questions. And yes, men can get pregnant and have abortions.
No, they can't.
The second thing is the reason why the abortion issue is maybe 9 out of 10 on a list of the top 10 things that you personally care about. And maybe you're even tired of us talking about it. The reason why it's important is because of the politics. Do you see what's at play here? It's not just about the issue of life and death. It's not, and that is, when I say not just, that's the biggest issue. But it's about the politics. We have to have this discussion so that we can call out these viewpoints because they exist. And they're going to try to convince your kids, a generation, that this is real, is true, can happen, will happen. Full stop. She mentioned full stop a couple of times. You'll hear in the audio. That's why I keep saying it. But that's what it's about. It's about this alternate universe that people live in that are maybe brought here by the aliens that they were talking about on the Capitol recently. Maybe that's what the aliens are. The aliens are the ones that are bringing down these ideas that men could get pregnant. They're pushing this ideology on people. It's an alien thing. No?
I wouldn't hold it past them.
Stupid aliens. All right, we got to take a break. Stay break. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Scott Riley, owner of Mortgage Warehouse. If you're a homeowner or looking to buy a home in Southwest Florida, I want to say congratulations. We live in one of the most desirable areas to own a home. Chances are you've worked hard and you've made some smart decisions with your money. In today's market, it's more important than ever to have a true mortgage professional in your corner, not only to secure a great home loan, but also to provide certainty to all parties involved so that your offer is accepted when you find that perfect home. My team has closed over $1 billion in mortgage loan volume, and our mission is to provide hope and guidance to every client we partner with. I hope this message is the beginning of a relationship with you. We will guide you through the process that is consistently proven to give you an advantage when competing with multiple offers. To reach my office, call 313-5000. That's 313-5000, online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender. MortgageWarehouse.com. That's MortgageWarehouse.com.
Station is supported by Kubota and Florida Coast Equipment.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I just had a Liberty Safe from A Locksmith installed and delivered to my house. I gotta tell you, I love it. The perfect size, exactly what I was looking for. Andrew at A Locksmith, when you meet him, you will know that this is the person you want to do business with. He's awesome. The staff, of course, is as well, licensed, bonded, insured. Available 24/7, 365 with a rapid response team for all your locksmith emergencies or needs. So what is it you need from A Locksmith? Maybe a gun safe, jewelry safe, floor and wall safes, even commercial safes. Their Liberty safes are the best quality, made with great craftsmanship, and they have safes that are a perfect fit for any home or office. But it is about the people, and like I said, Andrew is fantastic. You're going to want to do business with them, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. Now, you got 2 showrooms in Naples. One's across from Mercado on US 41, and in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on Tamiami Trail. They've been keeping Naples safe since 1973. So visit them today at alocksmithnaples.com.
Did you know that King Roofing has expert dedicated repair crews to troubleshoot roof problems? They can fix everything from tree damage to broken tiles and, of course, roof leaks. Do you have a leak or water stains or tile damage? Call King Roofing, a roofing company with the right team to repair it. King Roofing, experienced in roof repair for over 40 years.
License number CCC 057279.
Every castle deserves a king.
Almost half of all cyber attacks target small businesses. So get Comcast Business Security Edge on the largest, fastest, reliable network with speeds up to 10 gigs to most small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Restrictions apply. Comcast Business Internet required. Actual speeds vary.
Chevy showroom, Marty.
Marty, I want a new Chevy.
Okay.
But I'm leaving my checkbook at home.
Oh, how are you going to pay?
I'm not.
Huh?
And I'm not making payments until September.
Look, pal, you got to pay here.
Well, not at Victory Lane Chevrolet, because it's no pay May.
No pay?
Uh-huh. You can drive a new Chevy with no money down and no first payment, or make no payments until September. It's a no-brainer.
You're crazy.
Crazy about saving people money? It's no pay May at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Keep your money in your pocket and drive a new 2022 Chevy Silverado for just $399 a month, no money down and no first payment. Or finance any new Chevy in stock and make no payments until September 2022. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
39-month lease, 0 down, 10K miles per year. Must have current lease and household. Taxes and fees extra. Rebates to dealer. No payments until September. 72 months with approved credit. Offers do not combine.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
If you're headed from the Cape into Fort Myers this morning, Midpoint Bridge, very slow moving right now. Speeds around 11 miles per hour. If you need to get there quickly, definitely leave the house a few minutes early. In Lehigh Acres, Lee Boulevard, seeing those usual slowdowns in the westbound direction towards State Road 82, once that turns into Colonial Boulevard near the Forum and I-75. Still slow moving at that point as well. And Palm Beach Boulevard, a little slow moving in the southwest direction in Olga. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, more of the same for your Thursday. We'll be warm, a little bit more humid, and see that chance for isolated storms focus mainly inland yet again for today. Look for highs back to near 93 degrees, some of us reaching into the upper 90s for our inland areas. That chance for storms winds down overnight, though we wouldn't quite rule out a few spot showers to kick off your Friday morning. Mild and muggy for the start of your Friday with the temperature near
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hi there, it's Chris Stigall. You know, a trip to the supermarket or just a quick stop at the gas station to fill your tank, it can give you a painfully clear view of inflation right now. Prices are rising, you're feeling the pinch every single day. Well, what about the cash flow from your retirement accounts? You know, it's being eaten up by inflation at a rate you didn't anticipate too. Well, don't just stand aside and watch it happen. Learn important strategies that can help you protect your cash flow, your investments, and your standard of living from the ravages of inflation. My friend Steve Cordasco, John Walker, and their team at Mercer Advisors help you make the right decisions to help manage inflation's impact and preserve your wealth. Make that call, 855-558-3500. That's 855-558-3500, and do something about the financial pain being caused by inflation right now. Call the Cordasco team at Mercer Advisors, 855-558-3500. Cordasco Financial Network is a trade name owned by Mercer Global Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Andrew Garrett, Inc., which is not affiliated with Cordasco Financial Network or Mercer Advisors.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1-HOUR.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq, too. Anyway, 75.
Oops. There is the former president of the United States, George Bush, saying and talking about Putin and talking about the war in Ukraine and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Ukraine. Oops. All right, stuff happens. And he's 75. All right. What?
I got hairy legs.
All right, stop. Easy. 239-479-5592. Eric Clapton's not going to be touring. He canceled his tour because he's got COVID. Eric Clapton is isn't he 70? How old is Eric Clapton? Just if you had to Google it. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because there are people that are taking delight in the fact that it's sick people that are taking delight in the fact that, how old is he? 77. And he was somebody who was, he didn't want to take the vaccine. He wasn't going to do that. He was somebody who was outspoken about COVID and lost a lot of friendships, decades-long friendships gone. And so now he gets COVID and people are Steve, calm down. Do you honestly want something bad to happen to Eric Clapton? What are you doing? It's just, people are just, what?
When do you stop touring? I'm just curious.
When do you stop? When people stop showing up. Listen, if you're someone who loves music, you don't stop. You stop when your body says you have to stop, you can't do it anymore, or when people stop showing up. Other than that, why would you stop? You're 77 years old, Jake. Why would you stop doing something that you love? Give me a reason why you would stop. You can.
I'm not saying that.
You like making music, right? Don't you like?
Cool.
Okay, yeah, it's cool. What do you like to do? What's your most favorite thing in the whole entire world besides eating Slim Jims?
Besides eating Slim Jims.
Give me an activity that you are like, I will never stop doing this. Creating something.
I mean, just being creative.
Okay, being creative.
Any kind of art, music.
At 70 years of age, you got to stop. You just yeah. I know. I need you to stop at 70. No. Why not? Can you still do it?
Maybe if I don't know. I'm not 70 yet.
You're 70 years old. You're still fully capable of doing it to a high level, and people still want your product. I'm telling you that I need you to stop at 70. Just you're done. You're absolutely done. What do you think about that? As a millennial, what do you think?
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand what you're saying.
You know exactly what I'm saying, and it's a great point. Who's to say? If people still want your product and they still want to hear your music, you knock yourself out.
I'm just curious because it's like, I know he's got to be loaded. He's got to have a bunch of money. Why isn't he on the beach somewhere?
Because he loves what he does. It's a passion. It's like you love what you do, you keep going, and nobody should tell you you can't.
Like last night, I was on TikTok, and this live stream
Of course
came
you
up
were on TikTok.
of Slipknot performing, and it was like 8 o'clock at night.
By the way, if people don't know who Slipknot is, Slipknot's a rock group that they're just weird costumes, clothing. I mean, it's like they're a little.
Yeah, they don't really sing. They kind of yell at you and play
Yeah.
really loud, distorted guitars and stuff.
Yeah, so.
But
anyway.
I'm just curious, like, what are they doing? You know, like, do
they're
they
not-
have new music?
But
or
they're
they
not
just
70. They're like 40s or 30s. They're not 70.
Can you name one Slipknot song?
No, and I never will, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
I can't either.
Okay. 239-479-5592. I have no idea what that meant or where that was going. All right, it's the Brett AC Talking text line in 10 more minutes. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And we'll have a little bit of fun. $35 gift certificate to our great friends at Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar at the corner of 951 and Vanderbilt Beach Road. A couple of things before I get, a lot of people are calling. I'm going to get to your calls in just a second. A couple of things. The President of the United States finally stepping up and saying, hey, I think we can do something here about this baby formula shortage. We're going to invoke the Defense Production Act to help with the baby formula issue. Now, some might be saying, well, good, it's about time you've done something. Hey, is that really what we had to do? Number one, did we really have to step up and do this when we know that all the FDA and the USDA had to do was clear the Abbott labs where they even tested the labs and they needed to sterilize and clean the equipment and they did everything they needed and then they did the testing and they even found out that what was affecting the babies and killing those couple of babies and affecting the babies didn't come from the lab. They couldn't attach it to the lab, but they did everything they needed to do. And so why are we in this position? And oh, by the way, if you cross the border into Mexico, you've got Walmart that is loaded with baby formula. They got all the baby formula you could possibly. I've seen the pictures. Just there's a lot of questions. So Joe Biden invoked the Defense Production Act, giving Health and Human Services Director Javier Becerra and the HHS the legal authority to control the supplies needed for the creation of baby formula. That would be how we make it. And the authority to determine the distribution equity. Distribution equity, like who's going to get it? Now, you might say, there could be problems with that. I'm not really sure I want one of the most radical leftists, Javier Becerra, and this administration being in control of how baby formula now is going to be made, what goes into it, and also who gets it, the equity thing there, the distribution of. You know, you might say, I don't know if I like that, and you'd be right. So the authority the president has now is delegated to the Health and Human Services Director. All resources, including the ingredients necessary to manufacture infant formula, so they have control of the ingredients now that are necessary. Okay, let's see. The allocation of all the ingredients necessary to manufacture it. including controlling the distribution of the materials in the civilian market. Now, some might say, it's we got HHS in charge of infant formula manufacture and distribution. Whew. Hey, can we make sure that goes away real quick when everything's up and running, or are we going to have them in control? And then people might ask. Look, now the conspiracy theorists are like, well, that's pretty interesting, because if you're saying the ingredients necessary to manufacture, who might be the ones that would benefit? And now the government gets to say who does and does not benefit, and which ones we want, and how we allocate these resources, and where we get them from, and the individuals or the countries, and we'd be concerned about that. And maybe 10% for the big guy, and I don't know, but that kind of stuff. And then the equitable distribution, and maybe it's not being distributed equitably to certain people and groups, and those groups. It's not a slope to slip on. Well, it's a slippery slope, but we don't want to be on that slope. So there's that. What else we have going on? Should I take some of these calls? Oh, I can't take the calls because Jake's out of the room right now. He had to. Well, you don't need to know what he needed to do. Ron DeSantis put on an absolute clinic after a Florida Democrat compared him to communist dictators. Did they really? Somebody actually did that? Are you sure you really want to go there with the governor? An appearance in Miami on Tuesday to announce cancer research funding. DeSantis took aim at the Biden administration for easing some of the U.S. sanctions on Cuba and Venezuela. Did you know that? Did you know we're planning on easing sanctions on Venezuela so that we can get more of their oil to help us? Does that sound like a good policy to you, considering that we've got a whole lot of it sitting right here under the ground in this country? Why do we want to help other countries with dictators who do not like us at all? Why would we constantly give them money and resources to help them in any way, shape, or form, when we know that ultimately they would like to see our destruction? Like, why do we want to help Maduro in Venezuela? Why do we want to desperately make a deal with Iran, and a nuclear deal that's going to be able to give them a nuclear weapon that I'm just saying they might use it on some people that either we're friends with or us. But so the governor was asked about it, and a reporter asking him how he felt about an outspoken Democratic state legislator and admitted socialist, Carlos Guillermo Smith. That's the same one that I played the audio of on the House floor in April, who was trying to say, communism is not bad. You can't even tell me how bad communism is. It doesn't kill people. Explain how. Yeah, that one. And so that was brought up. Like, what about this? What about this person talking about this and communism? And listen.
Equating you to an authoritarian dictator like Castro or even Maduro.
Yeah, well, so he compared DeSantis to a dictator like Castro or Maduro. Like, he compared him to a communist dictator. Okay, so DeSantis is like, you really want to tee this up for me? Okay.
I think it's a slap in the face to everybody in South Florida that has experience with these Marxist dictators in our hemisphere. You have people who were driven out of the island of Cuba. You have people that's so bad, the oppression there, that they would get on a raft and go 90 miles over shark-infested waters to be able to get to freedom. You have people whose entire livelihoods were taken from them. Their entire liberty were taken away from them. And then they've come to here in South Florida. You've seen the same thing in what's happened with Venezuela. Used to be a very prosperous country. Then Chavez and Maduro, now it's like a third world country, even though they have so many natural resources. You look at what's happened in Nicaragua. You look at what could happen in places like Colombia. So to equate Florida, which is viewed not only in our country, but even around the world as a beachhead of freedom, to equate that with those regimes just shows that you have no idea what you're talking about.
Keep it up. Keep it up, Democrats. Come on, keep it going. Let's go. Keep it up. They really think that they're going to win with this argument? I mean, you can't be serious. And they are. They are absolutely serious. So you keep doing that. So just so you're clear, Democrats in the state of Florida want to try to compare Ron DeSantis to Fidel Castro and Maduro in Venezuela as dictators, communist dictators. That's good. Some might say rich. I don't know if I can go to calls because I have to see whether or not the phone line is up. All right, let's see. Let's just see if the phone lines are working. JR, are you there? All right, so yeah, unfortunately, I can't take a call right now at the moment because it looks like Jay got to run out for a little emergency. And you can all imagine what that would be. All right, yeah, he's got to work the phones for me. 239-479-5592. We'll get to your calls. You can hang on. Stay there. There's a couple of things I wanted to touch on before we do go to break as well. This is big. John Durham, the Sussman trial. This is something that a lot of people are not going to be talking about. I got to see if we can get Cash Patel on with us tomorrow or maybe the beginning of next week so we can really get into this. And the trial of the Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman lying to then FBI General Counsel James Baker. Said, I'm not working for the campaign when he brought all these charges of ties between Trump and Russia and the FBI, the Alpha Bank issue. And there was there's a couple of things that are really relevant in this. Number one is the fact that in this story, and the things that we're starting to find out, you've got so many connections to Hillary Clinton and the Clinton campaign. Mark Elias, the top lawyer for Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign, pressed in his role in pushing the Trump-Russia collusion claims when he took the stand yesterday in the Durham case against Michael Sussman. And some of the things that he was talking about. He started the Elias Group. Clinton campaign's general counsel hired the opposition research firm, Fusion GPS, which hired Christopher Steele, right, the ex-spy. He said he was aware of Fusion's plans to have the discredited dossier author brief reporters during the 2016 contest. He met with Steele in 2016. All of these things there. Talking on the stand yesterday, was questioned about what Fusion did for Perkins Coie. Was it opposition research? And he wouldn't consider it, but he doesn't want to quibble. They hired an investigative firm. There were a lot of things that came out yesterday, bits and pieces of the connections to Hillary Clinton. But, one of the things that someone brought up to me yesterday is, listen, are we going to see anything? Are you worried at all that maybe in this case, unfortunately, we're getting to a place where I don't know how much he could do, this being Durham, that is he kind of helping to try to just show that he's going to do the best that he can, and ultimately, will we get indictments? Will we find out more? And only because of what Jesse Waters exposed yesterday on his program, as he had a Washington Times reporter describing something very disturbing about the people on the jury. I don't know if you heard this. Check this out.
Gunner is on the jury. There's alternates, and it's very possible that one may make the jury. We don't know who. We don't know who's an alternate, and we don't know who's on the jury because they've been. We had jurors. One juror said that she couldn't be impartial to the FBI because they dismantled the Black Panthers. Another person got on there and slammed the Durham prosecution has a political prosecution. We had people say they worked the phone banks for Clinton. Another woman said in 2008 her husband worked on the Clinton campaign. Another woman said she went to school with President Clinton.
These are jurors. They're supposed to be impartial, and almost every single one of them has a connection with Hillary Clinton in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. You just throw your hands up like, are you serious?
Oddly convenient.
Ah! Anyway. keep an eye on this story. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have Kash Patel on with us or next week, but we'll dig into this important case. All right, 239-479-5592. Let's do it. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Caller number 9 right now at 239-479-5592. Caller number 9, you will get to play and win a $35 certificate to the Great Alda's Diner, our good friends there at 951 in Vanderbilt Beach Road in Naples. What a great place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You'll get that $35 certificate next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's family, jobs, tourism, and the constant fight to push back on liberal policies like H.R. 1 that would see a federal takeover of our elections. That's why my agenda will always be based on the core values of people in this district: a strong economy, an end to waste, and secure borders to protect us. My goal as your congressman is to make sure our coastal regions are protected and that I serve as a good steward of your tax dollars to projects that improve our district, and to do so without raising your taxes. That's my agenda. Please reach out to learn more about how I'm fighting for you and the many ways my office can help you navigate any problems you're having with federal agencies. I'd like to hear from you. Visit donalds.house.gov or call my district office at 239-599-6033.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Don't go through another summer with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, that pain in your back, your knees, your shoulder, it can now be treated with the latest in precision medicine using natural biologics, growth factors that can restore and repair damaged tissue. Really exciting stuff here. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, giving you access right here to this modern-day joint pain solution. You can get lasting joint pain relief with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. You've heard Emmett Smith raving about QC Kinetics. You've read or seen other high-profile people talking about it. Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics can help you get your life back. Take action now. Get a free consultation. Powerful, effective joint pain treatments with natural biologics are here. Call QC Kinetics now. 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and in Fort Myers. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN with locations in Naples and Fort Myers.
What if you could build a 6-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating 6-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author and star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Baby Boomer Dilemma. In this film, economists and Nobel Prize-winning PhDs from Wharton, MIT, and Stanford share a strange concept called the retirement discount. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right, if the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money, call to get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Baby Boomer Dilemma, at 1-800-960-8585. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. I'll even pay your shipping and handling, no credit card required. So don't delay, call right now. 1-800-960-8585. That's 1-800-960-8585. 1-800-960-8585.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Lou. Lou's on I-75. Lou, get off I-75. It's dangerous. Get back in your car and keep driving. Hello, Lou. Wait, is Lou there? Hello?
I'm Lou.
All right, it's Lou. Is that you, Lou?
I'm Lou.
All right, Lou. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question. Starts right now. Lou, who won the nomination for President of the United States on the GOP side in the year 2016?
That would have been Donald J. Trump.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's, a bachelor's degree on this question. Let's see. In 1937, this president proposed an expansion of the Supreme Court because he wanted to pack it with a bunch of leftists. Didn't work out very well for him. Who was the president?
That would have been Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That's correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Let's see. Can you name 3 justices on the Supreme Court right now?
Gorsuch. Oh my God. Sotomayor and blank.
Blank is incorrect. No, well,
blank is definitely incorrect.
Yeah, you got 2 of them, so that doesn't give us the answer we're looking for 3. All right. It's Roberts, Thomas, Breyer, Alito.
There we go.
Kagan, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Breyer. Okay. All right. There you go. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Lee surrendered to Grant at Appomattox Courthouse. What war did that end?
That ended the Civil War.
That is correct, sir. All right, congratulations, Lou. You came back strong. You got yourself a master's degree on Drews College, and you got yourself a $35 gift certificate to Alda's Diner in Naples. Congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I certainly appreciate it.
All right, stay right there. Don't move. All right, it is Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Charlie Dombeck here from Key City Capital. As a 30-year CPA, I have found that there are 2 factors that determine how much and how fast you accumulate wealth. The amount you pay in income taxes and how well your investments perform. Today, our financial market's under extreme pressure from unrelenting inflation that is at a 40-year high. More aggressive planned interest rate increases will further devalue equities and lessen monthly investment income. Now is the time to protect your gains from the last market cycle. Key City Capital is a leading provider of workforce rental real estate and asset-backed lending investments focusing on landlord-friendly states located in Sunbelt states. To learn more about the Key City value proposition, we host a free monthly dinner in Naples at the Tiburon Country Club. To register for the dinner or to schedule a complimentary consultation, visit kcap989.com. That's kcap989.com or call 239-330-2080, 239-330-2080.
American-made plantation shutters for you. Your best choice for plantation shutters. Custom measured and installed. Built to last forever. Call for a free consultation. Discounts for military and first responders. If you support Biden or the 2020 election results, don't call us. PlantationShuttersForYou.com.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
If you're headed from the Cape into Fort Myers this morning, Midpoint Bridge, very slow moving right now. Speeds around 11 miles per hour. If you need to get there quickly, definitely leave the house a few minutes early. In Lehigh Acres, Lee Boulevard, seeing those usual slowdowns in the westbound direction towards State Road 82 once that turns into Colonial Boulevard near the Forum and I-75. Still slow moving at that point as well. And Palm Beach Boulevard, a little slow moving in east-southwest direction in Olga. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, more of the same for your Thursday. We'll be warm, a little bit more humid, and see that chance for isolated storms focus mainly inland yet again for today. Look for highs back to near 93 degrees, some of us reaching into the upper 90s for our inland areas. That chance for storms winds down overnight, though we wouldn't quite rule out a few spot showers to kick off your Friday morning. Mild and muggy for the start of your Friday with the temperature near 75 degrees waking up. We're back to 90 degrees for your Friday afternoon. All of us will see a higher chance for rain and thunderstorms tomorrow. Scattered storms return to the forecast for Friday, and that chance will continue as we get into Saturday and Sunday of the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Guys, listen up. Have you been struggling with ED? If so, we have some great news. There is finally a treatment for ED that requires no pills, no injections, and no surgery. This is the latest medical breakthrough for the treatment of erectile dysfunction. The Fort Myers Men's Clinic is proud to offer the most advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, which has been proven to increase blood flow, reverse ED, and increase size. Stop wasting your time with pills that produce side effects and have little to no results. Medical institutions at Cambridge University and Cleveland Clinic have shown this technology to be safe with no side effects. So if you're looking for a proven solution, call Fort Myers Men's Clinic today. They have performed over 12,000 treatments with outstanding results that can help you too. Call Fort Myers Men's Clinic at 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777 or at fortmyersmensclinic.com.
More and more people are learning the benefits of CBD and CBG. Whether it's pain relief, help with anxiety, or a reduction of appetite, there are so many benefits. And now you can combine those great positive effects with a beverage you already love, wine. Introducing Vino Herb, an award-winning producer of de-alcoholized wines infused with CBD and CBG. Choose from Chardonnay, Pinot Grigio, Rosé, or Sangria. And coming soon, a delightful Cabernet blend. Enjoy all of the benefits in a wine with a fraction of the sugar and calories. In fact, one bottle of Vino Herb has about the equivalent to the sugar and calories in just one glass of regular wine. So fruity, so tantalizing, and so many benefits. You want it, you just don't know it yet. Just give it a try. Visit VinoHerbCBD.com. That's VinoHerbCBD.com. Check it out today. The statements made regarding these products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. All information presented is not meant as a substitute or alternative to information from healthcare practitioners.
Jason and Todd with the Diamond District are giving you a free pearl necklace and matching bracelet with your purchase of a Veragio engagement or wedding ring priced at $2,500 or more this coming weekend. And we're also offering 12 months interest-free financing at the Diamond District.
You already know that Genesis produces some of the most luxurious cars and SUVs in the world. But did you know that Genesis of Naples is the world's #1 largest volume Genesis dealer? Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're #1 because we make sure you have a luxurious buying experience. Yes, my staff and I are honored to help our customers get into a new Genesis with our large volume of incoming inventory, like Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, the all-new GV70, or the hot midsize GV80, plus the G70, G80, G90 luxury sedans. Come see why the Genesis G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper midsize premium cars by J.D. Power. As the world's largest dealer, we receive the largest share incoming models. So let us help you reserve yours. We're taking pre-orders now, so come in and select your dream Genesis. Visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road today.
Based on 2021 retail sales volume GMA. For JD Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
I got to admit, it's kind of a sad day. It's sad because I know that from now on, there is a probability that we're not going to hear this anymore.
Information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious.
Yeah, we don't get Nina Jankowicz, that voice, voice. We won't get to hear that apparently anymore. Is the Ministry of Truth, the governance, whatever, the Orwellian board is going to have a little bit of a pause, so we won't get. And I'm sure Congressman Byron Donalds feels just like I do that you won't be able to hear that beautiful singing voice. That's probably that's just part of the greatness of what just took place is that we won't have to hear that voice anymore. Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Drew. Listen, only in Biden's America was something even possible like this.
Yeah.
You know, that a terrible version of Mary Poppins was telling all of America what the truth was.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
But this is Joe Biden.
And it is funny how, as some people have said, that the reason why this thing kind of imploded was people going, this is a ministry of truth. Look at this. All you had to do is call attention to it and it imploded. It's not like anybody did anything specific. It was just looking into it, people started to realize how Orwellian it is. But are you convinced that this is going away? Because when the government tells me there's going to be a pause on something, a pause means you can take the pause button off.
So, you know what? It's funny you said that, because when I heard the announcement, that's the same thing I thought. Listen, we know the left. We know how the left thinks. If they're embarrassed by something, if there's too much public attention on the thing they want to accomplish, they will sacrifice the person. That's what's going to happen to Nina, whatever her name is, Nina J. That's it.
Yeah.
So she's going to get sacrificed. But they're going to keep the idea alive.
Right.
They're just going to put it in mothballs. And when the public isn't paying attention, they'll bring it back. Only this time when they bring it back, you won't have a cabinet secretary blurt it out in a congressional hearing. It'll just start. You won't even know it's happening until something breaks. And the thing is already in operation, already moving. There's a leak. There's a whistleblower. That's when you'll know. But they're going to just put it away for now.
Yeah.
Wait till everybody dies down. Then they're going to try to bring it out later.
Yeah.
That's why members of Congress have to stay vigilant on this kind of stuff.
Right. And for those that are listening that think that, the congressman, this is, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He shouldn't be saying things like that. Well, here's Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday when Peter Doocy asked the same question about this pause. And listen to what she says here, the end of a response. She says,
and we're going to do an assessment. But the work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue the work.
The work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue to do the work. She's saying it right there. So as much as we want to believe it's going to go away, it seems to be the MO of Democrats across the board, and you could speak to this on a lot of issues, where you may think you won the battle, but they're going to win the war. They're going to keep going until they get what they want. In some cases, they'll even do it behind the scenes, making you think you won something, where in all reality, they're still doing it.
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct. You know, look, I got to tell people, man, you see this happen all the time. I didn't hear that audio from her, but it doesn't shock me at all that that's something that she would say. That's what they believe. If you catch them in the cookie jar, all they're going to do is try to blame somebody else, distract, dissemble, create some other, devil or villain, and then they'll just come back later and do it quietly.
Yeah.
Like people think about the economy. You think they're really embarrassed about the fact that they created inflation, that they've raised gas prices? They've been celebrating and cheering higher gas prices for years. They're getting what they want, people.
Yeah.
They're just mad that the American people have seen it and they're blaming them for it. But they haven't changed their agenda.
No.
They're just like, oh, dang, we got caught. We might actually lose seats over this. But they're not going to give it up. They're just going to keep going.
Yeah, and to your point, they campaigned on it. Obama campaigned on it about doing all of this, about shutting energy down the way that we're seeing now. And this is kind of like a 2.0. You kind of knew all of this was coming, and how they can make the excuse and trying to spin what we're seeing with gas prices. There's word that there are stations on the West Coast that are already getting ready for $10 gallon gasoline, and they're already changing the pumps around because they're prepared for what's coming. An energy czar that's talking about all electric vehicles by 2035, and we've got to ramp things up 5 times faster with the grid, which is amazing to me. So how do we do that? Ramping the grid based on what? What are you gridding? It's crazy. And then on top of that, I want you to speak to this as well. You know, Elon Musk had an interesting tweet the other day when he was talking about Exxon being rated in the top 10 best in the world for ESG scores by the S&P, which is hysterical considering that Tesla isn't even in the 10, not only the 10, but didn't make the list. Tesla, electric vehicles. But Exxon somehow was like number 3, showing you the scary part of not only how ESG is a scam, but how these environment, social, and government scores are going to really affect a lot of things that we're going to see each and every day, and then individuals and how they're going to be affected by ESG. You must be concerned about this as I am.
No, we're very concerned. I was actually in a dinner, I think maybe 2 nights ago, and we talked specifically about ESG. What are the actual policy moves that we could take to tamp this down, replace it, or completely get rid of it?
Yeah.
But folks, the reality is ESG is liberal fascism. That's exactly what this is. This is fascism in our capital markets. And what's going to happen is you're going to have large companies like Exxon. They're going to just find ways to be in the quote unquote good graces of whatever their power structure is, and they're just going to go make money. Like the large corporations are not concerned about crazy regulations. They're not concerned about crazy ESG scoring because they're so big and they know that an economy can't work without them. They're just going to do the compliance and move on and make billions and billions of dollars in the process. Meanwhile, it's the small companies that aren't going to be able to keep up with this stuff. This is going to tamp down. You know what's the crazy thing about ESG? For a political party that says that they are the champions of the downtrodden and they want to make sure that they have income equality and they want disaffected communities to have ownership and generational wealth, every one of their policies actually stops that from happening. That's how Orwellian and crazy they are.
Yeah.
So I just want people to understand, all ESG is pure fascism in capital markets, being done by liberals, being done by progressives, being done by Marxists. They want their worldview accomplished. They will use any means to get it. And this goes back to the original thing about this Disinformation Board. If you catch them in the act, they're just going to be quiet and do it a different way.
Right.
That's what ESG is.
Yeah.
They just were like, oh, I guess we can't do the Green New Deal this way. How about we do it through capital markets? We'll do it that way.
Right.
And that's what ESG is.
Yeah, and the idea that that is still that's happening, and there are companies that are going along. That there will be options out there that some will put out in capital markets where they will have ways that companies or places where companies can go that are not involved with ESG. That there will be alternatives. That alternative marketplace is something that's so critical to the way that we can get out of this. You know, when people ask, well, what do we do? How do we do this? And people stepping into those spaces to create that alternative marketplace and other areas that we can go into to get out of this, which is happening. But then you did something, you know, there's something. Do you want to comment on that? I'm sorry, before we move on.
No, I mean, the only thing I would say is that I think what's happening now is you're having states who are stepping up to the plate. And they're telling their investment managers, if you do this ESG stuff, we will not invest with you.
Yeah.
Like a state pension plan is big. Any state's pension plan is big. So when states start doing that, that starts to bring some sanity back to the market. But you have to have states who understand that this is bad for capital markets, it's bad for our economy, it's bad for investment capital. And then you have to have people, individual investors, who realize the same and say, no, investment manager, if you're going to play in that game, I'm leaving. I'm going to find me a manager that doesn't do that.
Right, but you're
going to get lower returns.
But you also have to have a place to go, like Vivek Ramaswamy, right, who is putting together funds that are going to be non-ESG funds. It's good that the state could look and say, hey, listen, there is a place that we can go. We can get away from BlackRock. We can get away from a lot of these companies, a lot of these groups, because there's an alternative and a place to go where we can continue to invest. And you've got to create that place, and that's what's so I guess I don't want to say exciting about the future, but I guess it is the fact that there are people who will step into the space who are willing to do it, like Vivek and others who have to, because that has to be created. Because it's easy to say we'll get away from it, but if there's no place to go, the states aren't going to do it necessarily. They've got an interest in this, so it's hard to pull them away from it if there's no other alternative.
Yes,
yeah,
that is correct.
Congressman Byron Donald is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. One other thing I wanted to mention, because I listened to it and I thought that this is important for people to understand. The implications of inflation are not just in places that we all see and are tangible, certainly like fuel prices, like prices that we see on grocery shelves and the like. But even when we talk about businesses, small businesses, you had an opportunity to talk the other day about, who was it, with Patrick Kelly from SBA, and the concerns that you have in that on that side of the ledger, which is, listen, small businesses are going to get hurt. Direct lending, right? The ability to do this and how inflation is making it tougher, and maybe talk a little bit about that, because that's another aspect of this that people don't see.
Well, I mean, look, Patrick Kelly's another bureaucrat out of the Biden administration. And so we were talking about the real impact of inflation and on interest rates and on small businesses being able to borrow money to grow their enterprise. And he was just kind of like, well, SBA has some fixed rate product. I'm like, but you're going to have to raise your rates too as interest rates rise. So this is going to have an impact. What's your overall view of the economy and what, the administration's done? His attitude is, oh, well, we're going to be able to help businesses. I said, okay, well, SBA has been saying they want to do direct lending and just go around banks. So I asked him, I said, there's 30 million small businesses in the United States. What percentage of the small businesses do you think SBA can actually, manage directly in a lending capacity?
Right.
He goes, oh, well, we have women in business. And I'm listening to this answer, and I'm like, wait, stop. Women in business is not an answer for what percentage of businesses do you think SBA can actually manage, actually have the capacity to do direct lending? He didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
So this is the point I try to make to people. These Democrats, these leftists, when you actually start pushing them for hard answers, they do the word salad where they bring out multi-syllable words and throw them all together in a sentence to make you think like you're a dummy. The truth of the matter is they have no idea what they're doing. There is no plan. There is no real strategy. It's just the agenda, and they'll figure it out on the other side.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's like when you put up a wall to stop water from getting into your home, and that wall, when that water comes up to that wall, there's going to be leaks, and there's going to be this spread of water that goes across where you think you've got something contained. But the fact of the matter is that it's always going to get through in other areas. And in this case, it's other areas like small businesses that are affected in lending, and how inflation is just like obviously the tax that it is, but certainly trying to keep it in check is hard enough, let alone when it's rampant, when it's running and you don't know where it's going to stop and how it's going to stop, and how late the feds are, and the things that they should have done with interest rates, and I'm sorry to say, but that short-term pain that was going to have to happen. And now, look, we're in a recession. I don't care what anybody says. We're in a recession. It's happening right now as we speak. It's hard to believe that we're not. But before I go, I just got to ask you this question, and if you have a second.
Sure.
Are you worried, like I'm worried, about the president invoking the Defense Production Act to give HHS the authority to control the supplies of baby formula? Like this was the answer? Because to me,
I'm actually concerned about that.
Because to me, to give them that kind of control, because it's done. Like now we're talking about the ingredients to manufacture and the distribution and other things, including how they're determining distribution equity, like who's going to get it. I mean, we're going into some slippery slope territory here with this.
I mean, I got to tell you, Drew, I'm very concerned, because the easiest path forward for them, which, at this point, there's not many options they have, but the easiest path forward was just to give Abbott emergency authority to restart production.
Right.
And then they could have actually loosened the rules at FDA and gone and sourced a formula from around the world. They could have done that. They could have done that with the stroke of a pen. They didn't even, Biden could have done that with a pen and a phone, frankly. But he didn't do that. What he's done is he's done the typical liberal way of, they wanted more money to do something they should have already done. And then they wanted to exert universal control. I'm a little concerned about this one. I know they're just trying to get formula on the shelves, but This administration could have fixed this problem if they actually had a plan and a strategy for what they're doing over there. But I got to tell you, Drew, there's no plan.
Yeah.
For all the people who listen to Joe Biden bash Donald Trump about how he didn't have a plan on COVID, folks, Joe Biden doesn't have a plan on anything. He's just moving from crisis to crisis. He throws out some words. He yells into the microphone once or twice to probably show you that he cares or something, or that he's serious. And then he leaves, and there's still no plan.
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical of this. I'm very concerned about this. Unfortunately, we're all going to see how this one unfolds.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. All right, Congressman Byron Donalds joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you. We'll see you soon, okay? All the best.
All right. See you, Drew.
Thanks. 239-479-5592. Well, yeah, like, why do you do that? You tell Abbott Labs, all right, kick it up. Kick up the manufacturing. It's going to take a little while. Why did you have to do the Defense Production Act? Why does the government have to take over now the legal authority to control the needs for not only the supply, but the creation of baby formula? Like, that's not the issue here. We didn't have to. It's almost like taking the crisis and grabbing something out of the crisis that was unnecessary, but necessary for an administration to have even more control over our daily lives. It's outrageous. All right. Yeah. All right. We got to take a break. I'm looking at the time. Right? We got to take a break? Yep. Let's do it. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
You know how important election season is. Hey, it's Drew Steele, and it's time for the 92.5 Fox News Meet the Candidates event. We'll have two events, one in Lee County and one in Collier County. It's a chance for you to stop by, meet those candidates in person, and learn more about their stance on the issues. Don't miss our Meet the Candidates event, Wednesday, June 1st at Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples, and Thursday, June 2nd at the Bell Tower at the corner of 41 and Daniels Parkway. We'll see you there at our Meet the Candidates event with 92.5 Fox News.
Hi there, it's Chris Stegall. The Federal Reserve has made clear their intention of raising interest rates to help reduce inflation. But do you know how increasing rates are affecting the value of your bond holdings and what exactly that means to you and your money? Well, if you don't, you should. We all have blind spots, especially in times of change. And that's why the Cordasco team at Mercer Advisors can stress test the bonds in your portfolio. The results of a stress test show you how those bonds may hold up under a variety of future economic conditions. By stress testing, the Cordasco team can help you minimize your blind spots. With interest rates rising, inflation on the move, continued market volatility, consider making the call to my friend Steve Cordasco or John Walker for a free stress test. 855-558-3500. That's 855-558-3500. Cordasco Financial Network is a trade name owned by Mercer Global Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Andrew Garrett, Inc., which is not affiliated with the Cordasco Financial Network or Mercer Advisors.
This spring on a new Trane heating and cooling system. Trane systems are engineered to keep up with you. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local independent Trane dealer. It's hard to stop a Trane. Brought to you by TraneInfo.com.
I can walk again. I can cross my legs again. I can wear heels again.
After years of living with chronic joint pain, Andrea Southard is now living a normal life, pain-free, thanks to natural biologic treatments at QC Kinetics.
We tried everything, and my husband had heard the commercial for QC Kinetics on the radio, and he told me to call him and check it out.
That phone call changed Andrea's life. QC Kinetics used powerful natural biologics to treat her aching joints. It's high-tech precision medicine that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue with no surgery and no drugs, providing lasting relief.
I felt like I was in my 20s again. I could tie my own shoes. Really the little things that you don't think about.
Pain in your hips, knees, back, shoulders? Get rid of the pain now. Call QC Kinetics.
239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN.
When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king.
Tradition, luxury, innovation. Not words we typically use in the same sentence, but
with DeVoe Cadillac right in the heart of Naples, you're going to find this and so much more. Hey, take it from me, your friend Sean Hannity. DeVoe Cadillac is the epitome of Cadillac's traditional quality that I have trusted for years. The DeVoe family-owned Cadillac dealership, they strive to provide world-class hospitality to all who enter their doors, just as they've been doing for over 50 years. But don't let tradition fool you. DeVoe Cadillac is keeping up with innovation by growing with today's EV market. And if you're interested in a Cadillac and luxury and style and safety and an electric vehicle, look no further than Cadillac Lyriq. Now, DeVoe Cadillac can answer your EV questions. And by the way, they'll help you be one of the first to cruise the boulevard in the all-new Lyriq. Now, they serve Southwest Florida. DeVoe Cadillac, 4100 Tamiami Trail North, or DeVoeCadillac.com.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News Traffic.
Watching the scene of a major crash with injuries in Fort Myers, Daniels Parkway and Treeline Avenue is the area you want to avoid. The right and middle westbound lanes of Daniels as you head towards I-75 are completely blocked, so just that left inner lane of traffic is squeezing by. We're seeing delays on Treeline Avenue in the southbound direction significantly, but also Daniels in the westbound direction towards the interstate where we're seeing that roadblock. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, more of the same for your Thursday. We'll be warm, a little bit more humid, and see that chance for isolated storms focus mainly inland yet again for today. Look for highs back to near 93 degrees, some of us reaching into the upper 90s for our inland areas. That chance for storms winds down overnight, though we wouldn't quite rule out a few spot showers to kick off your Friday morning. Mild and muggy for the start of your Friday with the temperature near 75 degrees waking up. We're back to 90 degrees for your Friday afternoon. All of us will see a higher chance for rain and thunderstorms tomorrow. Scattered storms return to the forecast for Friday, and that chance will continue as we get into Saturday and Sunday of the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Do you have an old sedan? Sutherland buys it. How about a minivan? Sutherland buys it. A souped-up truck? Sutherland buys it. No matter what, Sutherland buys it. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral will buy your car right now. Click SutherlandBuysIt.com and get $8,000 more than your trade is worth. $8,000 more. Then come shop the #1 certified dealer. Get certified Ultimas, certified Rogues, certified Titans. Pay thousands less than new. Get a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, plus free gas for the rest of the summer. And remember, click SutherlandBuysIt.com for $8,000 more than book value for your trade, no matter what it is or where you bought it, through Monday only. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car megastore, online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
Mr. World here, playing a little beach volleyball, diving in the sand, digging some shots, trying to look cool. I'm also digging these sunglasses from Eyeglass World. They're super stylish and super affordable. So not only do I look cool, but I feel cool. Even with all this sand in my shorts.
Find designer sunglasses for hundreds less at Eyeglass World, the world's best way to buy glasses. Visit eyeglassworld.com to browse styles and for store locations.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, here we go. You ready to go? Here we go. Okay. It is time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. I've got them, you've got them, he's got them, we got them. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
So if it's pausing because you think the board was mischaracterized, then the Disinformation Board is being shut down because of disinformation? Is that what's happening here?
Look, I mean, the board was put forth for a purpose, right? To make sure that we really did address what was happening across the country when it came to disinformation.
And it's okay to wait now 75 days.
It's just it's going to pause. There's been a mischaracterizations from outside forces, and so now what we're going to do is we're going to pause it, and we're going to do an assessment. But the work doesn't stop. We're still going to continue the work.
We're still going to continue to work. Wait, hold on a second. That's Peter Doocy talking about the Disinformation Governance Board, the Ministry of Truth, taking a pause, being shut down. And it was disinformation, supposedly, that caused the Disinformation Bureau to be shut down. And then Karine Jean-Pierre, who is the White House press secretary, says, no, you don't say the work's going to continue. We're going to continue to do the what work? It's shut down. What work were you going to continue? No, you stop the work. You stop.
Number 4.
The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq, too. Anyway, 75.
Oh, boy. That is the former president of the United States, George W. Bush, talking about Putin and the war in Iraq, and he is describing the fact that it's one man and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Ukraine. But he's 75. Moving on.
Number 3.
We had jurors. One juror said that she couldn't be impartial to the FBI because they dismantled the Black Panthers. Another person got on there and slammed the Durham prosecution has a political prosecution. We had people say they worked the phone banks for Clinton. Another woman said in 2008 her husband worked on the Clinton campaign. Another woman said she went to school with President Clinton and she will always be on her side. So it was very hard for prosecutors to find somebody who did not have a favorable opinion of Hillary Clinton.
Listen, I'm not saying that people should be concerned about the second day of witness testimony in the trial of Michael Sussman for lying to the FBI, completed yesterday, and how we're trying to get down to the reasons why Rodney Jaffe gave the Alpha Bank fraudulent information to Michael Sussman instead of giving it to the FBI, and then he took that information and passed it on. And Sussman saying, "Hey, I want you to have this information. I don't work for anybody. Certainly not the Clinton campaign." Anybody worried that all of these jurors have some kind of sympathies towards and likes of Hillary Clinton and connections to Clinton? And I'm not saying that the Clintons are everywhere, but you might be a little worried.
Number 2.
There's a bulletin now that DHS is worried if Roe v. Wade is overturned, there could be violence against the Supreme Court building or Supreme Court justices. Are these threats from pro-abortion activists or anti-abortion activists?
So look, the president is clear on this question. He believes the right to peacefully protest in this country is fundamental. But he also believes that violence, threats, and intimidation have no place in political discourse anywhere. That is true whether it is in front of a courthouse or in front of a healthcare clinic. And that's the thing. I feel it seems like to us it is very one-sided on what we call out as intimidation or as violence. So,
What? Okay, that seems like a pretty easy question to answer. Axios reported a leaked memo revealing that the Department of Homeland Security is preparing for violence from the left when the final Supreme Court ruling on Roe v. Wade is announced. I mean, they are bracing for a surge in violence at the Supreme Court, destruction of buildings and all kinds of different things. They are really concerned about this. They're likely to persist, may increase leading up to and following the ruling. And so Peter Doocy asked the White House press secretary, listen, is this going to be from anti-abortion people or pro-abortion people? Who would do this? And she's like, I'm not really sure. It could be. You never know. I mean, it's like, you don't know.
Number one. What do you say a woman is?
I believe that everyone can identify for themselves.
Okay. Do you believe then that men can become pregnant and have abortions?
Yes.
Yeah, that's yesterday. House Judiciary Committee hearing on abortion. And the Democrats brought in some folks. Republicans brought in some folks. The Democrats brought in some experts. Like that individual, or her name escapes me at the moment. She is from a place called Avow. And there she is. Okay, Amy Arambidi. She's an activist working to advance reproductive justice, and just asked a simple question by Representative Dan Bishop. Do you believe that men can get pregnant and have abortions? And her answer is yes. Okay.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And to the big lefties out there, all you Democrats, lefties, pro-abortion folks. Does this seem all this is? Yeah. Are you sure about that? Jake was asking me earlier, do we really want to go? I guess we can go there. Jake was like, really, you can't. A man can't have a baby. A man can't get pregnant and by default can't have an abortion, right? So
you're not a biologist, Drew.
That's true, I'm not. But if I were one, I do play one at home, and there's the stethoscopes and the jackets and the... Okay, easy. So the point is that... sorry, I got sidetracked. That if you're asking how that's possible, don't you see? If you have a woman who identifies as a man, and that man identifying as a woman happens to get pregnant because a woman can, and if you identify as a man, do you see how that goes? It's very simple.
Nope, still a woman.
Okay, and the phones are ringing too. All right. Look, this is where we are. It's you may say delusional. Many people do. Some are going to say, I don't understand some of the questions being asked and the answers. For example, this one from a doctor who was being asked.
You're not going to answer this question, but how about this one? How does one qualify as fully human? What makes a human being?
What makes a person a human being
That's
is
right.
them being born, number one. That's why we have birthdays.
That's why we have birthdays. That's what makes a person a human being is them being born. That's why we have birthdays. That is, Dr. Yashika Robinson is a board member of Physicians for Reproductive Health. Now, there's a lot of questions about that answer, and some may say, "Oh, you're taking that out of context." No, it's not taking it out of context at all. And so there's that. The questions kept coming. I mean, look, you got to hear. It's important that you hear what was happening on Capitol Hill so we can have the discussion, me and you and Jake can talk to his friends, and I can talk to my friends, and you can talk to your friends, people that disagree with your position on this so that we can have a discussion. The good news is that once this is done, and as the Roe is overturned because it's bad law doesn't mean abortions are going away, everybody. It's bad law. That we can talk now. Now we can have a discussion and really get down to what people think and what they believe. Another little nugget from yesterday that I think you should hear, Amy Arambidi, again, the activist working to advance reproductive justice, was being asked a question here. Listen.
So abortion should be allowed then, by your definition, for any reason, for any purpose, at any stage, right?
I trust people to make decisions about their body, and then when relevant, I think that they need to consult their medical practitioners.
Okay.
And not
if
Congress.
it is, listen, let me just ask you this question. If it is not lawful and morally acceptable to take the life of a 10-year-old child, I assume you agree with that, right? That would be wrong, correct?
I believe that.
Okay.
That is
And
wrong.
a 2-year-old child, same thing. That would be murder. We would all agree that's wrong. Then what is the principal distinction between the human being that is 2 years old or 9 months old or 1 week old or an hour old than one that is 8 inches further up the birth canal in the utero? What's the difference? Why is it okay in the latter case and not the former cases?
I trust people to determine what to do with their own bodies.
Wow.
Full stop.
Full stop. The answer to your question is that I trust people to do what they will do with their bodies. In other words, I'm not going to answer your question, even though scientifically everything lays out right in front of you. It's pretty clear, but I'm not going to answer your question because science, the kind of science that laid clear everything that had to do with the science that we needed to follow during COVID and all of that science. Now all of a sudden science seems to be, it's gone. And there was one moment when you had a witness at the abortion hearing there on Capitol Hill. Democrat Jamie Raskin, boy, he was going to pull one over on this witness brought in by Republicans, which kind of opened up something that was pretty interesting for discussion. Talking about the GOP witnesses calling for a nationwide ban on abortions with no exception. So I want you to hear how this is set up and then her answer and then his response. Listen to this.
They called is candidly and openly calling for a nationwide ban on all abortions with no exceptions for rape or incest. And if I've got that wrong, I would invite Ms. Foster to correct me. Do I have it wrong, yes or no?
If we added rape and incest exceptions, would you vote for it?
Okay, I reclaim my time, of course.
So the GOP witness is calling for a nationwide ban on abortions with no exceptions for rape and incest, right? You don't want to do exceptions, do you? Okay, how about we do this? How about we add exceptions? Would you vote for it? I'm reclaiming my time. I'm moving on. Exactly. You challenge people. You challenge Democrats. You certainly challenge others that have a different viewpoint than you do, a different opinion. You challenge people. It's beneficial for both. It's beneficial for you to get down to the side that the other person is trying to convey to you. It reinforces your beliefs, or maybe it questions what you think you know, and then maybe positions you differently because you've learned something, but you have an opportunity to talk about it. Not with Democrats. No. Democrats don't want to be challenged on anything, and especially on this. And boy, it's a misdirection that happens all the time because they always want to talk about those two things, rape and incest, and they always want to say, well, and what about in those cases? But then when you add that to the cases, it's like, well, no. Never mind. Right? That's something that they can't answer. Because for the longest time, unfortunately, that's been a red herring. Because you could come out with something right out of the gate and just say, listen, we will agree on that. But when it comes to elective abortions, we don't want to have that. You would not have one single Democrat that would side with it. Look, the point of all of this and this discussion, and listen, it's tough, and I know this is a tough discussion. It's tough, especially when you've got, and I know that there are families who listen to the program, and you're driving with the kids right now, and it's a hard discussion. It's turning down the rate. I get it. I know. I hear from you. I understand. It's hard. But we're in a tough world right now, one that is going to demand that you step into that space, the space of having uncomfortable conversations. I'm sitting right now at my kitchen table with my son, and we're having the conversations about birds and bees. Jake, birds and bees. You know about birds and bees?
Yeah.
Did you have conversations with your parents about the birds and the bees when you were young?
Yeah, you could say that.
So you didn't really, did you?
No, we did.
Yeah, okay, good. A lot of people don't want to go there. It's uncomfortable for everybody involved. But you got to step into that space. Because if you don't step into the space, guess who does? You got to have uncomfortable conversations about things like this. Sooner or later, you're going to have to talk about it, and then you're going to have to explain the science, and you're going to have to explain all of it, and you got to step into that space. You're going to have conversations about why men can't get pregnant, and even though you're going to go to a school or go to a party or go someplace where people are going to demand that you use certain pronouns, which is like, hey, I got a little free speech thing going on here, and I'm kind of concerned about you demanding that I otherwise what? Otherwise I lose my job, hold on a second. Not sure we go there. But you're going to have to step into that space. Now more than ever. Listen, even with your faith, you're going to have to step into that space because there are plenty of people that want to be in that space. There are more people. Let's just put it this way. There's probably in your life right now, unfortunately, more people that are in that space than you are because of the fact that you work. Think about the amount of time and the amount of hours per day that you get to spend with your kids, for example. It's just the reality of life. And then understand where they're going, how much time they are away from you, and then how many people they interact with that are not you. And so just like education, where your child comes home and you're going to have to step into that space and you're going to have to supplement their education. You're going to have to ask about the things that they learned. And then sometimes you're going to have to supplement by saying, well, hold on a second. I know maybe you were told this, but here's how it really is. And let me give you some examples and let's sit down and talk about this. But certainly when it comes to the cultural issues, you're going to have to step into that space. You don't have a choice because of the amount of time that people get to spend with your kids and are in that space and the things that they're willing to talk about that you've got to do as well to defend it. Does that make sense, Jake?
It does.
Yeah. Just putting that out there. All right. It's the end of the program. It's the moment in time where Jake, we got a little. It's Jake time. It's our Jake break. Before we end the program, a lot of people are excited about our Jake breaks. Right before the end of the program, to hear from Jake and to get some thoughts. A little bit of wisdom. You did some exposing of some of your wisdom today.
Yep.
Your wisdom on Discord.
Yep.
And how that is a very secretive little place. It's not like Facebook when you hear Discord and some other some other social media sites. You've.
I also ate 14 pieces of bacon this morning.
Now, how in the world did you do that?
Robert from Golden Gate, he sent me bacon this morning.
How many slices of bacon?
So there's 4 in each box, and he got 5 boxes. 4 times 5 is 20. So, yeah, 20. But I only ate 14. I'm gonna give some to my brother.
Isn't that kind?
Yeah.
So you ate just now. You ate 14 slices of bacon?
And all at once. Well, I was eating them two at a time. Sweating a little bit.
Are you not coming in tomorrow?
No, I'll be here.
Okay. So you had 14 slices of bacon. Man, I'll tell you here, if your intestines could speak, they'd be saying, "Get me out of here."
Probably. But since we're talking about math, we had a text come in from, this is the Jake break right here. Yeah. This is Jake break happening right now. Tim Fort Myers sent in a receipt from back in December 11th of 2020. Yeah. He paid he paid $39.30 for 20 gallons of gas at $1.89. Okay? Let's do that math.
When?
December 11th, 2020.
December 11th, 2020.
Okay.
Right.
So there was $1.89 a gallon.
Man, I got to take a sec, because that's too long ago. That's really a long time ago for me to think. But go ahead.
Yeah. So long ago. But here's the thing. You could take that $39 and you couldn't get 4 gallons of gas with it today.
You could not.
Couldn't. Nope. Not happening.
How much bacon can you get with that?
A lot.
You
could
could
probably. Yeah, it's $20. It's 4 gallons worth of gas, but still, you would get about. Let's try to carry the 3 and the 4. You get about half as much gas as you would have gotten then.
I'm not talking gas. I said bacon.
Bacon?
How much bacon can you get with that?
How much bacon can you get with $20? About 1.5 pounds, probably about 1.8 pounds.
What? All right, we got to work on your math. I'm gonna have to supplement your math.
That's why I talk, baby. I'm not good at math.
All right, have a great day. Glenn Beck is next. His math is spot on. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.